it sounds a little better since I got it tuned up. Fam, I missed you. You know this, all right? We haven't. There's nothing to talk about. I'm tired of whining about the playoffs and last season, and so I was waiting for something to happen. And yeah, we're in the next season, as far as I'm concerned, because I don't like the gap between the off season and the start of the season anyway. So as far as I'm concerned, the combine indicates we're back on again. Okay, let's get back to 49er football, and again with the same phrase we come in every season. We got some unfinished business. Quest for six continues. I know we get laughed at by other fan bases about that quest for six. Don't use that in mixed company, okay? Just don't. But between us, yeah, we do it. Yeah. Are the Rams fans in here? Of course, you know what? Here's the thing about the Rams and the Cardinals. They have no license. They've been completely neutered. There's nothing they can actually say. They got no. What are they going to do? What are they going to say? Yeah, the Hawks are working. They might be a little better, but the Rams and the Cardinals are done meat. Anyway, fam, there's so much to the team shifting as it normally is going to do this time of year. There's a lot to unpack from GM John Lynch's press conference from the Combine venue in Indianapolis. We can believe that Mike McGlinchey's time with San Francisco is going to depend on how much he is looking to get land on the open market, and how much he'll get out there is. Do you wonder how people feel about Mike McGlinchey outside of San Francisco? I mean, outside the Niner Empire? Because I don't know that, comparing Mike McGlinchey with some other right tackles, as John Lynch did today, which freaked me out with the names he mentioned, he might not be as bad as we think. Other teams might eat him right on up. Especially teams like, well, no. I don't know. It's really. But also, Deommodore Lenoir gained a lot of high praise from John Lynch. A lot. Could that indicate a starting role to be solidified for Demo and forget about Mosley? I wonder, right? Mosley's still coming back from that injury. But, I understand it was a clean injury, just ACL. And he should probably be back sooner than later. So he'll come back out there to see if he can put Demo back on the bench, or Demo beats him out. Demo's doing a lot. Ambry Thomas, if anybody would ask me this time last year, Ambry Thomas, how do you feel about Ambry Thomas? Man, you know what I'm talking about? We got that quarterback situation fixed. Spoke too soon. Ambry got beat out. Came into camp like, man, I'm just out here, man. Y'all can just Demo, man, you need this job. Go and get it. Ambry, man, what's up? Could be one of those guys that really doesn't feel like playing. He may have gotten the wrong idea about the NFL, maybe burnt him out, because I could see where a lot of college ball players, the 17 weeks of football, hardcore, each and every week, you got a schedule to keep, you got to bust ass, you got competition going on 24/7. It could get to some people. Drake Jackson could be one of those guys, but no, I don't, maybe not. Because if you've heard Drake Jackson, by the way, fam, they just want him to get stronger. They're not entertaining any negative thoughts about him. But Javon Kinlaw is impressing people at camp, from what I understand. Javon didn't go home. Yeah, Javon's out there trying to impress people. So for those who are crying about, get him out here right now, man, get somebody. Yes, of course. The subject of QB is an issue. We're talking about the Niners. That will always be the case, it appears. We just need to get used to that, because each and every year there's going to be a situation where we're complaining or, wondering what is up with the QB situation. So tonight, going to the phones after going over some of the many matters looming over the Niners for John Lynch's media meeting from the Combine. John, run for president, man. John gets into the big smile, and he's talking the way he talks. He gives you all the confidence in the world. I don't know. I really do like him, though. If you want to call in, please do. You'll see at the base of the screen. You'll see all the info you need, including the PIN number. And get on in here. We would like to hear from you today on what's going on right now in the 49ers. With the timing of the press conference, so it wasn't a surprise when Lynch was asked, of course, about Mike McGlinchey, who many believe is San Francisco's top free agent hitting the open market. And given his age, talent, and positional value, McGlinchey is expected to command a high salary and free agency. I believe the base, we've talked about this before. I think it's around 11 mil and up, possibly up to about 12 or 13, which Lynch acknowledged on Tuesday, or today, should I say, making it a tough re-sign for the 49ers, especially given the investment made towards Trent Williams, right? I can't have all this money on the left side of my line and spend near amount the same on the right. What am I going to do in between, right? They want to slide Jake Brendel. He seems to be at the top of the priority list as well. But, Mike, the totality of the game in the right tackle world, there are a couple of elite ones. The Lane Johnsons of the world. And let's not confuse Mike McGlinchey with Lane Johnson. I think they mean as far as the gap between Lane Johnson and anybody else. Mike Lynch is right in that area, I guess. He's right behind them. And as Corey Lynch said this, though. Lynch said, elite ones like Lane Johnson, the world, he's right behind them in my mind. So when you've got Trent Williams, the way our team is comprised, that's just a tough deal for us. While Lynch didn't rule out a reunion between the two sides, he pointed out the unlikelihood given McGlinchey's expected market in free agency. That stinks. But could he miss his market? Sure. And then would we be interested? Of course we would. But I don't see that happening. I see him being a coveted player, unquote. John, I really wish we could get together, a bunch of us here at Ronbo Sports, and you and Kyle, and just go uncandid for a few minutes. We really want to know, did Michael get you piss you off a few times? Tell the truth. We ain't going to get mad at you. Because, there's no doubt the 49ers would look to acquire a veteran quarterback this offseason. You know that, adding some depth behind Trey Lance and second-year player Brock Purdy, of course. After all, both guys are attempting to return from serious injuries. And by the way, Trey's out there throwing. Lynch was impressed with what he's seen from his window because, Lynch looks down and feels who's working, who's not. And Trey's dropping back. He's looking strong. He's not limping. He's not been cleared yet by doctors. He's got a two-month window to clear up, though. But, he's got to keep working, keep impressing. Like Kinlaw, they got to keep doing things to make sure everybody knows that they're dedicated to the cause and they are seeking to get better. We need to get better, guys. It seems logical to know that the Niners would want to add some experience to their quarterback room. Jimmy G's out here. That's all there is to that. He's looking for somewhere in 28 to 30 mil with some team. There's a couple of teams already seemingly probably going to do that. Or maybe they will add another rookie to the already young group of signal. Hey, Big Show, you around, man? Because Big Show, I love to hear. Big Show is all in with USC quarterback who jumped up and said, yeah, I'd love to play for the 49ers. He's a first-round draft pick next year. I might be speaking too soon. Show might be on the money again. Because Trey and Brock have to work out this year. One or the other has to work out. We can't wait any longer. This team, the people surrounding those two young quarterbacks is not have a lot of time. They've got to get that. They got to get the action in now. Do it now. Ain't no 3-4 year plan. You got to get out there and make it happen right now. San Francisco tried to insulate itself last season, obviously by Purdy with the last overall pick. That worked out pretty well, actually. Well, Lynch explained today. Ironically, we made that decision last year, and I felt really good going into training camp that we were kind of insulated in the event that anything happened. Unfortunately, it wasn't quite enough. It got us right at the end. And so I think we're all products of our experiences. Unquote. 49ers into the season in the NFC Championship game, Lynch said in regards to that freak incident during the playoffs, quote, I was in some meetings today where the league's discussing potential solutions for third quarterbacks, such as that we've never have that kind of situation again. When you think about it, when's the last time we had that situation? I don't ever remember a time that happened, actually. And he goes on saying, we may have to look into the quarterback market in addition to Brock and Trey to insulate ourselves from whatever may happen, unquote. And wait for it. Lynch was also asked about recently retired Tom Brady. There's no way around it. There's no way around that conversation. Despite Brady calling it quits based on last offseason's events, there's been speculation that Brady could be tempted to return if the right situation presented itself. Soon, Brady could sign with an NFL team if he wishes. His contract with the Bucs expires on March the 15th, which is only a couple of weeks away. Let's admit it, when asked about Brady, quote, I sent him a text when he retired. He was a teammate for about 3 weeks at one point. So I sent him a text, just congratulations on one of the greatest careers that I've ever seen in any sport, and I wished him the best. So we'll leave it at that. John, come on, John, we didn't just all fall off of the turnip truck. We know what you're talking. Why would you even mention that? Last line was unnecessary. You'll leave it at that. You don't want the media come attacking you? They're going to do it anyway. Otherwise, you should open that book anyhow. You're going after him. Even as we're speaking, you're probably talking to Tom right now. I'll bet you are. All right, that's all right. Fam, though, Mike Silver had an interesting take on the Brady situation in connection with the 49ers. If you haven't heard about that yet, he told Colin Cowherd on the Colin Cowherd podcast, we don't know what Purdy is going to be in 23, but we'll just do a year of Brady. And then we go back to our model with the quarterback on a rookie deal and build around him. I think if you're the Niners, you ask Brady again. Fam, would you ask Brady again? Would you be serious about that? Because at this point, wow, I just got so many feelings about that. He goes on to say, I think you let the dust settle for a while. It just makes too much sense now, especially Purdy with the surgery being pushed back, which is kind of a sign like this whole he's going to be back at 6 months is not written in stone. B, it does push the timeline already very close. Best case scenario to the start of the season, unquote. See, that's the reality of that situation with Brock Purdy. If you've got into one of the camps or the other, I'm going to stay out of both camps this year. I swear to God, I am not getting involved in this quarterback because every year we're forced to pick a side. Purdy's surgery was scheduled for February 22nd, but was postponed, as you know, due to inflammation remaining in his arm. Dr. Keith Meister, who will perform the surgery, may opt for a hybrid procedure involved in reconstruction of the ligament, with the internal brace increasing that recovery time to 7 to 9 months, per Brock Purdy. Silver continued by saying, quote, and they won't know until they get in whether they have to complete the Tommy John surgery. We're parsing terms, but it's a kind of surgery that would probably knock him out for most of the year, or this one where they think it'll be 6 months. And, of course, you never know if it's going to be what it was before, but you hope so. I think they call Brady again. And if not, then you think about Aaron Rodgers. Mike, you think about Aaron Rodgers. Honestly, fam, I'm serious about Aaron Rodgers. The guy's gotten on he really does get on my nerves. I don't care how good he is. The guy's a drama queen, a diva out of control. He goes on to say, but I think you're looking more at bringing in a Jacoby Brissett or an Andy Dalton or a Matt Ryan or someone as a hedge with Lance as you try to get him to a point where he can be your guy. Fam, you know what? This is why I got a feeling people are thinking Trey is not Michael Vick, okay? He's not Kyler Murray. If anything, he's more of a Patrick Mahomes. You run only when you need to. If a play breaks completely down, you take off. Josh, your best running quarterbacks, that's what they do. Except for Lamar. But Lamar's always stretched out. You're going to get hurt. So Trey needs to become more like the guy that just is coming out of that's coming now out of he's been released from the Falcons. Because what he did to us, Jesus, what is his name? Anyway, what he did to us is what you want to see Trey do, and he might be on the list if he can come for 6 or 7 million. I could see that. Mariota. Talking about Mariota. Yeah, Mariota, that's what you do. First, you're a pocket quarterback. First, you're using every guy on the team. That's what you want to do. Forget about all this design runs unless it's necessary. But Mariota destroyed us in that game, right? Because they had a solid run game going, and the defense has to do too many things at once, and it will leave voids. But you've got to know where they are and when to take off. Mariota ate our ass up that day for that reason. Now that's I think what they want to see, and Mariota may be brought over just for that reason, just so Trey can watch his movements. Fam, the Robbie Gould situation, right? Can you imagine life without Robbie Gould? In the entire time that he's been a pro, he's never missed a field goal in postseason. He's getting up there in age. The 49ers will be looking for a kicker at the combine, which is the word being put out now. Robbie may be too expensive. He may go around the $5-6 million. Well, he for sure he's going to hit the $5 million mark. And the 49ers are talking now like they're going to be prioritizing who positions are going to re-sign. If they see anybody really capable looking they can trust in the combine, he's going to get a real good look. And we might be saying goodbye to Robbie. The Demo situation is very interesting to me because Demo, most of us said, man, Demo, man, I wish we just had Verrett or we had Mosley. See, what Demo did, fam, I don't know if you noticed it. I kept saying every week, fam, is Demo getting better every week? It was a point when they was just picking at Demo constantly. They trained him. They made him better. Richard Sherman was in his ear. You know that Demo's Sherman's student, right? What ended up happening is they started going more toward Javarius at some point because they tried to leave Javarius completely alone early on. Then Demo started picking people off and doing all kinds of things. Guys, let's rethink what we're going to do in the passing game. We're playing the 49ers, and that kid, Lenoir, is not what he used to be, okay? We're going to have to mix it up a little bit this week and stay out of his wheelhouse. The kid's got some talent. You damn right he's got some talent. Throw it over there. I was impressed with Demo coming down the stretch. Remember he maybe get smoked once or twice in 2 or 3 week, 4 week period. And then after that, Demo started doing good things. Ambry Thomas, man, where are you? I'm still waiting on you though, man. Anyway, fam, per John Lynch today, if you got anything you want to add, bring it in. We all want to talk about it. Bobo, quest for 6. Year 29 and counting. Bobo, remember, don't make that joke in front of mixed company. You know, it's it's embarrassing. Fam, you know what it has to. I don't say it around anybody anymore other than us. My hope is that I don't know why I didn't do this before we started. My hope is that we get out of this rut and put that 6th trophy into this case so people like Rudy can stop putting things up on Twitter that piss me off. The marketing, bro, it's always good for a laugh. Chill. Hey, Delvin Thomas, what's up? Will Drew Brees pick up the phone if we call? We sound like a desperate team, don't we? We almost are. Just don't give me Aaron Rodgers. I beg you, please. Hey, chill. Phil. Get in there, Phil.
Hey, Ronbo.
Phil, here we are.
Long time no hear from.
Well, I was waiting for some action to happen because there was really nothing to talk about. This is the first year we came out of the season not looking to spend a lot of money on free agency. Still a lot pissed off about the things that took place in the playoffs. I didn't feel like coming in with that negativity. So I was waiting for John to come in and say something.
I hear you. I'm with you.
Yeah. So we're looking forward now. What do you think, Phil, with what was said today by Lynch? And did you read between any lines that you might want to explain for me? Because I'm always a little confused by what they're talking about.
You never know what their thoughts are because they're trying to hide everything.
Always.
Okay, this is a game of cat and mouse with all the other teams,
mm-hmm.
And so, do they tell all the story? Probably not. And so you just got to read between the lines and try to figure it out. But, couple of things. I think, we need a defensive tackle big time.
Badly.
And with Deron Payne getting franchise tag, that takes one more off the road. And, maybe it's just Hargrave that we have to go after. And he's going to be expensive and he's old. So that's a problem. As far as Robbie Gould goes,
Phil, before you go to Robbie Gould, here's the thing.
Franchise tag the guy.
Phil, before you go to Robbie Gould, I just want to ask you this. I'm now coming back down to earth on this. I'm not sure if we would have been able to beat the Chiefs without a pass rush. We needed that pass rush we had in 2019. You're mentioning that we need a defensive tackle is exactly what I'm thinking as well.
We never beat the Chiefs without a pass rush up the middle. And that's what you need against these quarterbacks. We already have it from the outside, Nick, and we could probably get a guy relatively cheap on the outside like Davenport and someone like that. But if we don't have a pass rush up the middle, we're dead.
You're not going to beat the Chiefs.
So against these quarterbacks. So.
But going on about Robbie Gould then, because that really worries me too. Kickers are something a pet peeve of mine for years. If they can't do their job, you can lose games plenty like that. Robbie's going to be expensive.
Look at the Cowboys.
There you go, classic example, perfect.
Exactly. And Robbie's money when it comes down to big games, bad weather, playoff games, he's money. Just franchise tag the guy. He's only going to make $200,000 more than what he was last year. I mean, I don't understand this.
Why they're making a big deal out of it?
So,
again, they're talking in circles. You can't connect the dots. Phil, your option is feasible. If you can't franchise tag everybody on the team, because that would put us in cap a problem too. But Robbie, $200,000 more. We're not $200,000 close to running out of gas.
I mean, do you want to go into a game where you got your kicker on the line and you've got a rookie guy from? I mean, come on, no. Robbie is gold.
Yeah, pun intended. You got to sign him.
Year or two. At least for another year or two. Draft a kid, maybe in the 7th round or whatever, and then put him on the practice squad and work him into it. But, come on. I don't understand. But, I think we got to improve our pass rush up the middle. We got to improve our pass rush opposite Nick Bosa. We've got to improve our offensive line, and we got to improve safety, or at least have a plan to go forward with safety.
We didn't have a laundry list this long last year. This is frightening.
So, we'll see what we do, but, I like our chances. I mean, in our division, we've got it lined up guaranteed.
I know, right?
So it's a matter of...
You never know if the Hawks going to break, Phil. But, yeah.
Can we win the NFC, and can we beat the Chiefs? That's it. So, I don't know.
If the Chiefs can make it
we'll
back.
We'll see what we do. But I like our team, and we just need a few pieces to fill in the gaps, and we'll be fine.
Phil, how confident are you in our quarterback situation, though? You want to touch upon that?
Well, if Brock Purdy's surgery goes well, I'm very confident. Because I like Trey too. You know, I think Trey is going to be fine. He's a legitimate starting quarterback. And we've proved that Brock is a legitimate starting quarterback. And how many teams have two legitimate starting quarterbacks under rookie contracts on the same team?
Are you going to bring a veteran in? Are you excited about that possibility, or would you just rather leave that alone?
Well, no, I think you need a veteran, but not a guy you're going to spend a ton of money on.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, Mariota or, you know, somebody like that at that level.
Yeah, $5 to $7 million, as much as you probably want to spend on that.
I don't even think that much. Those guys don't demand that much.
Yeah.
I mean, I just think that, you know, you're going to get a really low-level veteran that can help the quarterback room, but for the most part, you got two starters. Yeah, and I think we're good.
So the Brady thing's got to be out. Yeah. I'd love to see Fitzpatrick come back. I really would. I've always enjoyed that guy.
The only time you'd ever get Brady was when you're 10 games into the season, you have no quarterbacks, and you're 9-1. And Brady sees a chance for winning the Super Bowl. That's it. So
I tell you what, and Phil, touch upon this. Big Show believes we don't have a quarterback. The next 10 years, these two won't stay healthy. Phil, you know, with our problem, this being an annual thing, and we can no longer assume that we're going to have a quarterback go from week 1 to week 17. Well, how do you even begin to think about addressing that matter?
You can't. I mean, I think Brock Purdy is as tough as anybody, right? And so, you know, he got injured. Every quarterback gets injured. Everyone.
Yeah.
I think Mahomes is the only guy that I've seen that hasn't gotten injured.
Well, he did.
Brady
was pretty much one-legged in the playoffs in the Super Bowl, but for some reason,
he didn't get injured to where he was out.
Ooh.
So, but Tom Brady had an ACL and missed a whole year.
Yep. He was hurt in his Super Bowl year too. Yeah, this last one, I mean. So yeah, there's no way around that, and you know, we always have completely devastating injuries that take our guys completely out.
Well, you know, we've been unlucky.
Yeah.
There's a lot of luck to going into a football season, right?
That's the God truth.
So, if you're unlucky, yeah. But you know what? It's going to turn around. We're going to get a lucky year one of these years. I'm just waiting for it.
I know, right? Please let it be next year. Man.
So, you know what? We're going to have a lucky year. Just think positive. So,
God.
All right, Ronbo.
Tell you what, I'll be back Friday. See what happens between now and then.
Okay, Friday's the next show. Okay,
yeah.
Good.
All right. Have a great night.
All right.
Appreciate you. You know that.
Take care.
All right. Bye, man.
Later. Bye.
And Aztec MC, no, field goals are not 1 point. They're 3. Aztec, you know how many games Robbie's won for the 49ers walk off? 1 point? Oh, there's so much more. It's like Phil pointed out. What if you had the Dallas Cowboys kicker? You lose a ball game behind that easily. You know? Yeah, I know Jalen Ramsey's out there. Rudy, if you want to call in and explain that, please do. And what happened to Bobby? It's told Bobby, look, man, you know what? We love you, we respect you, but we're done. Hey, bring Jalen in so we can talk about these people. Hey, Jalen.
Hello, Ronbo, you can hear me?
Hey, Jalen, I can hear you now. Yeah.
Man, bring on the Seacocks. Fuck them sorry Rams. Cardinals are irrelevant, so I don't give a damn. What's up, Ronbo?
Jenny, you got all smiles now that you arrived. I love slapping them people into position, and nobody does it better than you. Jenny, you know, we have issues, and the conversation around now is that we got to get some beef up front for that pass rush because people are saying now, man, y'all wouldn't have beat the Chiefs with that pass rush. And, you know, I got indignant when I'm talking to Raider fans and other people. Man, y'all don't know what you're talking about. I mean, you're talking because you wasn't nowhere in the vicinity, and that's why. But you know what? There's some truth to that. If we don't get a better defensive tackle, like Phil just pointed out, and get Nick some more bona fide help, at least bona fide help, we got a problem.
Well, Rombo, this has never been a problem if your favorite coach never traded DeForest Buckner away. So I mean, yeah. So that's once again for all y'all people saying, Kyle, give him another 2 chances, give him another 2 years. We wouldn't be dealing with this if we still had DeForest Buckner on the team. But continue, Rombo. What were you saying?
But you know, the thing about that is DeForest Buckner. I think that was John Lynch. Maybe Kyle, if he had it his way, Defoe might still be here. They didn't say whose idea that was, but him and Kyle do. Lynch and Kyle do discuss things along with everybody else. And they went out, and the scouts probably came back to him. Listen, you gotta let him go. He's asking for too much. We think we got a player here that can fill his void, which was really stupid if they had that conversation. Because you and me been there. We said, no, you don't have somebody that can fill his void. He never gets hurt. And he's already respected around the league as one of the most terrorizing tackles in the league. So, no, whoever we bringing in is going to be an experiment. If the experiment failed, Jalen, you're actually right.
Yeah, you damn right. Javon Kinlaw, but it's hard to say. He is. Man got like 1.5 sacks his whole career, Rombo. That's embarrassing.
And he's constantly trying to get that knee to work, and it's not going to work. So, you know, we got a problem there. You got your quarterback situation coming back as usual, Jalen. Demo's getting all kind of love. Now they're talking about Demo. And in a way, they're not going to possibly thinking about not re-signing Mosley unless he wants to come back for depth. You already know about Gibson, which is going to put Jimmy Ward out of here because John didn't say nothing but nice things about Gibson. And, you know, that's why Demo conversation got started. Yeah, we got Demo. He can work outside. He can work inside. In other words, he was saying, Jimmy, I don't need you, man. I'm here telling everybody, man. You can get on, baby. You know, it's John when he smiles like that, he's being mean. But you probably caught it. What are you thinking?
Well, I think if somebody were to retire a 49er after a long time, I would have hoped it would have been either Jimmy Ward or Eric Armstead, just because. I mean, Rambo, Jimmy Ward played with Colin Kaepernick. That's how long he's been here.
I'm knowing.
So,
you know,
yeah.
How old were you back then? You was probably just getting out of junior high school.
I was like 12. Yeah, I was like 12 years old.
Yeah. I mean, that's a long time ago for Jimmy.
That was a long time
being with the
back
49ers.
when Jimmy was number 25. He was number 25. Jimmy Ward was 25. That was back in the day. Back with them red uniforms. I mean, them black uniforms, Ronbo. Ooh.
And also Armstead too. Did he come here before or after Jimmy?
No, he came in 2015, and then DeForest Buckner came in 2016.
I know. I lost my mind that night. Oh, I was so happy. I was wanting DeForest Buckner. As soon as Bosa left, man, because Joey Bosa went like what, number 2 in the draft after they made that mistake with number 1 getting golf. That's just, oh man, Joey's gone next.
I mean.
Okay.
Yeah,
we got lucky. Ooh, that's a.
I mean, Ronbo, looking back to that draft, just a little off track. Which quarterback would you have taken first? Dak, Jared Goff, or Carson Wentz?
Well, you know what? As a matter of fact, I was a Jared Goff fan. People talked me into Jared Goff because I don't watch college football hardcore. So people talked me into Jared Goff. Wentz was from a small school, like you same conference as Trey. And Jared, wait, it was Goff, Wentz, and who else?
And Dak. It was Dak.
Dak, he didn't get picked up in the first round, did he?
No.
I didn't know what a Dak Prescott was. You know, there were some other quarterbacks in the first round too that year.
I don't remember them. I think
nobody does
Mariota,
because they've all washed out.
Yeah, was he? I think Mariota and Winston.
No,
I
they were
think so.
Mariota and Winston were 1 year before. And
Oh
everybody
yeah,
said,
yeah, yeah. I don't
because I
think
remember everybody
2016
said,
had a lot.
well, everybody said there's no Mariota or Winston in this draft between Goff, Dak, and Dak. There was another guy too, but between Wentz and
And
Goff,
we can't think of them, so you must not have been good.
no, they didn't. They're not doing anything. They're either
Yeah,
out of the
man.
league or backing up somewhere. Quarterback
Ronbo.
is tough.
Remember I talked to you about it earlier. There's been some buzz about Spencer Burford getting moved to right tackle.
It's probably pretty much a done deal now. They're not bringing Mike McGlinchey back. Lynch is already wishing him farewell, and he can't imagine Mike McGlinchey not getting premium prices because he's only behind certain elite right tackles. And you and I know that's BS, but he's giving his blessing, hoping, listen, y'all need to know you need to slide Mike McGlinchey because I can't do it, and I like him. I don't want to do this to him.
Yeah, Ronbo, Mike McGlinchey, he just at this point, us bringing him back is that's a slap to our face at this point. It's basically Kyle just not being able to admit, all right, I messed up. I should have kept Trent Brown. Like Mike gotta go, Ronbo. He gotta go. Every position on that offensive line has been changed at least once since Kyle has been here, but the right tackle position since Mike has gotten it.
And
so it's time for a change.
You know?
Yeah, it's time for a change. I mean, we got a new left guard after Lakin Tomlinson. We got a new right guard at center damn near every year. And you know, Trent came and replaced Staley. Yeah, that has to stop. That
center position is extremely important in Shanahan's offense. Now, you can't get another center. They need to get down on their knees and beg Brendel to stay there and learn. He wasn't that bad last season. In fact, he was not bad at all. So you need to get Brendel to stay for a 4 or 5 year contract. Stop this with the center position. Yeah. Also, how do you feel about Brunskill? Because I believe Brunskill's stock has just went up due to the condition our offensive line is in.
You talking about Aaron Donald's father?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, Ronbo, I like him as a he's definitely a good. I don't know if he can be good like all throughout the game, but definitely on certain downs and stuff. I like him, but I feel like he's more of like a scheme, better like within like the scheme. He fits our scheme really good. Mm-hmm. But if we have to get off of our scheme, I don't know how good he will be.
Well, he's pretty athletic. He knows Shanahan's offense, and that's the key with knowing what you're doing out there and not taking too long to do it.
Yeah, because him and Mike McGlinchey, they built like tight ends almost. They small. We need to be putting Jalen Moore big ass inside. He's 6'4", 314. I don't know why we got him at tackle. We need to put him at guard. Yeah, Ronbo, that man over 300 pounds. He needs to be at guard.
He needs to be at guard. You see him spinning around a lot during the course of a game. This is why Kyle Shanahan gets him lightweight dudes. But they don't lift enough because they're not strong enough. They don't have enough weight, so they got to do it with power. Kyle needs for you to get out in space and create that maze for that running back to run through. If you're too heavy, you can't get the job done. This is a problem with Kyle's offense.
Was Aaron Banks was slow coming out of college, and look at how we got him.
Though.
We just need to shade. You know how the 49ers do. You come in skinny or you come in fat. Next year you looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I know, right?
You know how we gonna have. We gonna have him right. We're going to cut that baby fat off him. We're going to have that boy ready.
He ain't going anywhere. I don't think they're going to cut him, though. I think Jalen's going to hang around, though. They're going to see what they can do.
Yeah, like, he a big boy, Ronbo. You can't teach size. He a big dude. That's a big boy. Yeah. And I mean, we can't just keep trying to take chances on these vets that's 28. Yeah, these old 28, 29-year-old vets like Brunskill and Mike, what was his name? Mike Person, something like that.
Oh, that was
we had him.
One of the reasons why the 49ers lost the Super Bowl. He got breached on every snap in that fourth quarter. He just ran out of gas. Yeah, he could no longer do his job.
I don't even remember who was playing center that year, Ronbo. Who was our center that year?
That dude from the military.
What? It wasn't Richburg.
No, Richburg got hurt early against the Saints. And then Captain...
I don't even remember who the hell it was. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, I think it's that guy that from the military that kind of brought over from Atlanta, and then he got hurt the following year. We didn't see him ever again. So yeah, you know, we have a
Then
problem.
we got
center.
Alex Mack.
And then we got Alex Mack.
We got Alex Mack. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we needed. And then we fell down anyway.
Ronbo, we had no business losing to the Rams. I'm telling you right now, Kyle lose another NFC championship. God forbid a Super Bowl. He got to go.
See, that's one of the reasons why I'm glad we didn't go to the Super Bowl. Now that I think about it, if we would win the Super Bowl, lost to the Chiefs a second time, we wouldn't even be able to get to social media without. I'm already having to deal. Every now and then, a Chiefs fan brings up old footage. So you guys crying about the referees like that. I got some footage for you. Showing me footage of the 49ers doing things. I said, you know what? Let me mute this conversation, man. Stay the hell up out of my page. You know, I'm thinking to myself. You're like, what are you? See, I can't stand it. So you know, we can't go lose. We gotta be ready, fully ready next time.
I think Jordan Mason needs to get more carries for next year. I don't think we need to run McCaffrey into the ground. And Mitchell, he can't stay healthy, Ronbo.
He can't stay healthy. He can't do it. He can't do it.
Can't. That's why he fell so far in the draft, Ronbo. I'm telling you, that's why he fell to a 5th-round pick. Maybe his durability was bad in college.
Must have been, because he's good. Why did he fall that far? For this reason.
Can't stay on the field. God, he can't stay on the field. We should have kept Trey Sermon, Ronbo. I don't know why we didn't.
Because he can't play, Trey. You know what? We did better by getting Mason.
Ronbo. Yes, Ronbo. He remind me of Carlos Hyde. He just doesn't fit the same. He's not the type of running back Kyle like. Kyle got rid of Carlos.
Were you a Carlos fan? I was a
Carlos fan.
Oh, Carlos used to bother me. Carlos would
bother you.
Where's that stack of people? Let me run right into it. Carlos, there's a hole to your right,
Ronbo,
one to your left. You know.
Ronbo, I remember one year we was like 4th in the entire league in rushing, and Carlos Hyde was literally the only good thing we had on offense.
Well, I gotta say, he did have a couple. He wasn't bad all the time.
We had Quentin Patton playing wide receiver.
Jay, don't remind me. We gotta go, fam. Jalen,
man, we the kings of the West.
Yeah.
The Seahawks be drinking on that donkey pest. Cardinals little 2-inch knee needs the 3-year rest. And Rudy, you know the Rams ain't gonna never be the best in the West. Ronbo, let me get an honest shout out. And Nick Mullins beat them sorry ass Raiders on national TV. Suck it, Eagles fans. That's what you get for talking shit. Now you're on suicide watch, you bunch of bitches.
See, it takes Jalen to tell his people what they need to be told. Jalen, appreciate you, fam. I'll see you Friday. Let me bring another big dog. Roof. Howard. Well, Howard.
I also call it the Science Brothers, man.
You know, Howard. You know, we have to. Next year is our year, though. We're not going to be having these conversations this time of year. Next year we can talk about. Yeah, all we got to do now is do a little tweaking here, do a little tweaking there. We could be working on a dynasty. You know, I want to have that conversation so bad, Howard. Because every year we're sitting up talking about a couple of needs, and the quarterback situation never goes away. And Mike McGlinchey is, that chapter is coming to a close. And I just mentioned the running back situation. We just if it's injuries, it's always exactly the wrong guys on this team. You know, you figure like Elijah is one of the best running backs. I'm telling you, the dude is so good. And then you worry about, is Debo going to be available? Him and George Kittle for 17. You know what I just said? I was going to stop coming in here crying. Howard, let me hush. You heard John Lynch today. What did you gain from that as far as the QB situation, Mike McGlinchey, the Robbie Gould problem, Demo, and all that other fun stuff? What do you think?
I learned absolutely nothing.
as he wanted you not to.
That was the most vaguest freaking interview I've ever seen.
He does it every year.
Like, nothing. It just gave nothing. It was like, okay, John, we could have just had you add a little silhouette of you or whatever.
Cut out though.
Hey, guys. What's up, guys? Thanks for asking me such easy questions. Thanks again. Great to see y'all.
Yeah. And now I don't have to tell the truth. I can have that big smile on my face and sort of beat the bush to pieces. And yeah. Hey,
Jesus
but hey,
Christ.
Howard, Mike McGlinchey's not coming back. I bet you're right.
You could have asked her a question today. Like,
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I think McGlinchey's not coming back. And of course, the question about the quarterback situation is how they're going to do. You know, we don't know who's coming back. I want to know, Howard. Give me some of your ideas about who might come in as quarterback, though. That was intriguing. Other than because we got to have a third guy.
Yeah. My thing with this is we gotta have quarterbacks that match your starting quarterback. Meaning, you cannot have a Jimmy Garoppolo and a Trey Lance. That's too different. You gotta have guys who have similar skill sets. So my idea is Marcus Mariota, because if Kyle wants to run that zone read and the read option and all that, Marcus Mariota is perfect.
He beat us up.
And he can throw the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got him, and, you know, he could probably help Trey learn it as well. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way that he's just going to be there just to be there. Of course, he's going to teach him a little bit. My idea, I like Jacoby Brissett. You know, he's a good guy, he's decent, got a good arm. You know what I'm saying? He can throw the ball. So it's good to have a strong arm quarterback as well. Like, you can't just all this boring vanilla throw 5 freaking dink dunk passes every freaking down.
But you know, you got to have that ability. You can throw it long, but you got to have that ability, though.
You can have that ability. You can have that ability, but
because
we can't keep.
Kyle's gonna call that play. He's gonna call it, fam. As long as Debo and George Kittle are on the field, he's gonna call that. And Christian McCaffrey. You gotta load those guys up.
He has to mix it up though. Like you can't just
True.
you can't yak everybody to death every single time, because you're gonna get your guys hurt, and that's exactly why they get hurt. Because we just here Debo, go break 5-6 tackles. Here you go, IU. Go break 3 more tackles.
Don't forget about
Here you go, George.
But see,
go break 4 tackles right there.
You're gonna have to get a couple of new wide receivers up just to implement that program, because like you're saying now, Debo's not a deep downfield threat by any stretch of the imagination. George Kittle's not bad. Ayuk is the only guy we have with that real skill set. And Danny Gray, I don't understand what's going on with Danny Gray. I just don't get it.
You immediately see, no disrespect to Jimmy and Brock, but they can't get in the ball for some reason. I don't understand. Why is it that this guy can't get the ball?
Howard, how many times did you see him on the field?
Hardly. Ever.
So this is why I don't know about Brock and Jimmy, but I do know Kyle didn't believe in him too much. Because otherwise, why didn't he play him more?
Because he knows they're not going to throw the ball deep.
Oh no, that's a misconception.
That's what I feel.
Well, you know what? The thing is, Kyle calls.
That's what I feel.
I know, but Howard, Kyle calls the plays. You know, you got option 1, 2, and 3. If Kyle wants you to throw deep, our quarterbacks Jimmy already went on record saying we need to throw the ball a little more than we do. And Kyle took exception to that, and I think they had a bad relationship from that point in the season on. But it's not, and Brock will throw that ball in a heartbeat. You've seen him do it. Damn, he got his arm broke, but well, yeah. They don't mind throwing the ball. That's why I'm sure there's something wrong with Danny Gray. Well, maybe we'll see this year, but we'll find out.
I don't think nothing wrong with Danny Gray, bro. I just think Kyle he just don't freaking
We'll see.
He's a control freak. He's a control freak. It's like, bro, you expect people to learn how to do these things
if you never
by
do
not playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, come on, bro. Like, you got to give him a chance. Give the kid a chance.
He might have got
beat out. You know what I mean? You drafted him.
Howard, you look at him. But you look at Jordan Mason. You know, Jordan Mason should have got a lot more work than he did. But Kyle believes.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Kyle believes in pecking
anybody
order.
in this fan base, anybody in this fan base will agree with you, bro. That Jordan Mason should definitely have gotten more freaking touches. Instead, he want to keep using Christian McCaffrey to death. Like, come on, man. Like, you're going to kill your nephew, bro. You're going to kill your nephew, Kyle. You're going to kill him.
Elijah was in and out every 2 or 3 weeks, you know.
Yeah, so, there is no freaking, I'm sorry, it's not bad luck. It's Kyle, man. Invest in your fucking, your offensive line and protect your guys better with your scheme. Not put them in a situation where they can get overwhelmed. Enough with the Tyler Cross, enough with the Charlie Waters. Get a real tight end number 2. That's what I think. We need another tight end number 2. Just like a Delaney Walker, Vernon Davis.
Yeah. There was an ad one the other day.
You need that. You need that. You need another Delaney Walker. Well, I think George Kittle's a Delaney Walker. You need a Vernon Davis.
Yeah. You know, so
that's what I do.
We're going to find out soon because the draft is coming up. Free agency, I don't know how much we're going to do in free agency, but all that is coming up. But Howard, tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to be back Friday because, you know, in the combine, they leak out conversations that GMs have with each other. It's not even legal, but they go ahead and leak them out anyway. The league turns a blind eye to whatever people are talking about. I love it.
You ain't lying, bro.
All right, man.
You ain't lying.
Howard, appreciate your fam. And let's go check. Hey, Michael.
Hey, Ronbo, how's your night going, buddy?
Michael's all right. You know, I really have a lot of concerns about, you know, because if you're a 49er fan, we spend most of our time deep in the depths of concerns. We do. You think about this.
Oh, yeah, definitely quarterback. Yep.
Yes, and everything, all the 4 or 5 other positions, too. We just...
Quarterback, kicker, right tackle, corner. Oh, yeah, you name it.
Yeah, that's 5. You just named off 5. We probably got more. You know,
I mean, like you said, that quarterback that got released from Atlanta, I wouldn't mind taking a chance on him. He was good.
Mariota?
I'd take a chance on him.
Yeah.
I would take a chance on him. No, why? Look what he did to us last year. He beat us with the running game.
He beat us sideways. I mean, and that's the bottom line right there. Sharp.
That's what I think he'll do also in our system. I think he'll do great in our system. He's got the players around us.
Yeah.
I think he'd do great. Maybe he brings some guys from Atlanta to us, maybe.
Well,
you never know.
We don't need. How many guys out of Atlanta do you want? Or who in particular out of Atlanta do you think you'd want?
I don't know.
Everybody's pretty much, the good players are all signed up, mostly. Except for
I don't know, yeah.
They got an offensive lineman. That Tony says he hopes they re-sign.
Yeah, but Anthony, to get him and then Robbie Cole, that's what I'm worried about. I don't want to lose him.
See, you're like me. People take that kicker position for granted. No.
Because you know what? I'm going to tell you something. If we let him go, I'm afraid that Dallas might snag him.
Dallas? In a heartbeat.
You know, Dallas.
Dallas would take they'd take Robbie in a heartbeat. There's several teams that take Robbie in a heartbeat.
After they know Robbie. Oh, they would take Robbie in a heartbeat. But I would, I'd think sign him another year or 2. Give him another year with us. And then bring a rookie in from this year's class, put him in the practice squad, let him work his way up. That's what I would do. Or pick up a free agent kicker and have them both, you know.
No, I like the kid in the draft because it doesn't cost any money. And you have them out there. If we're winning games, obviously have them come in there and kick, no pressure, you know, field goals, extra point. If we can afford him to come in. You know, you got to develop. The most scariest thing, Michael, is your nerve in those positions and times in the game. Can you remain calm like Robbie?
Yeah.
Man, Robbie's heart pumps ice water.
Can you take pressure? Can you hit those long shots? that we need to. You know what I mean?
Didn't
look
Robbie
for
hit a
kickers that can
50-yarder in the playoffs? It's actually out of character. Robbie won 50-plus yards. Even when they lined up and said, "This is a 50-whatever-yard field goal," I said, "Oh man, that's out of Robbie's comfort range." Robbie put that thing right down the middle with extra feet to go. I said, "Oh, that's how they call you, Robbie Gold."
I don't even know who's the best kicker out there in the draft. I don't know who's the top one. You know?
There's a couple of names I heard mentioned. But I don't know who they are. They're college ball players, of course. But there's a couple of names the 49ers are probably looking.
I mean, the main thing is, are they going to do good in our system? Are they going to do good in California?
Some of the greatest kickers in college of all time.
They come to the 49ers.
Oh yeah, have screwed up.
I would like to get the kick. You know what I'd like to find? Imagine finding the kicker just like the Bengals kicker. How good that guy
is. He is amazing, isn't he?
If you can find a kicker like him, he's good. He's amazing. Have you ever had a kicker like him from Florida? He's good.
He's just a kid too. How many years has he been in the league? 2, 3?
I would say 3 or about 3.
Yeah.
3 years, maybe. 3 years, and look at this kid.
So those are the gems you can find on occasion. You got to look around. I don't know.
It's like him and Purdy are 2 of a kind, you know? Quarterback, kicker, 2 of a kind. You know? Sometimes it's hard to find.
Mm-hmm. Takes a while.
I mean, I'm hoping this class, you know, maybe the kicker will be good. Mm-hmm. You know?
So
nice to find.
So we got to find it because we depended on I mean, try to count how many games we won with Robbie Gold. People don't understand the importance of Robbie Gold. So, you know, you start getting a kicker in here that doesn't know what he's doing, and we're sitting there. Okay, game's on the line. 49ers let the clock run down to 2 seconds. Here comes blank, blank. And that kicks wide to the left.
Mr. Gold. He's like a missile boy. He shoots those right in. Never miss.
Yeah, but that rookie that's coming in might not have that kind of skill.
Yeah, I'm afraid of the rookie. He might take, you know, he might stutter. You know what I mean? That's what I'm afraid of.
There's some guys that aren't rookies that do.
You know, that's why I would think maybe keep Gold for one more year, bring a rookie in, let Gold train the kicker. You know, let him teach him. Maybe bring Gold and have a rookie. You know, that's what you need. A rookie kicker and Gold working like a teacher and student. Teach him. This is it.
Yeah, well,
you know?
He's got to know a lot before he gets here. It's about the nerve, skills-wise. Mitch Wisnowski would be fine if he could just learn how to do that.
Oh, he'd be a beast in kicking mode. Somebody runs into him like running into a bull. He'll knock you over.
Yeah, I know, right? Mitch on special teams, period, is just returns. He'd be one of the best tacklers out there. Because I don't want to see Robbie take another hit. Yeah. Oh, man.
No, I don't. Like that last game, remember, he got hit and he got hurt.
Took him out for a week.
That was scary. That was scary.
So, with Mitch, the guy's going down
right now. The combine's coming up. Yep. So the combine's coming up, and it's time to all the 49ers should do is start studying which guys, would be perfect for Kyle's system. That's what I'm going to start doing. Watching them and see which one will fit perfect.
Michael, can you tell anything about looking at the combine if a guy's perfect for Kyle's system or not?
You probably could if he's smart, you kind of. I mean, my friend who's a 49er fan knows a lot, so he's been studying a lot. He watches a lot of college games. He watches guys and kind of, what I mean? Kind of sees,
Yeah, as long as he's a great athlete, that'll work.
Yes. And not a troublemaker.
They find those things out in the interviews. Yeah, they conduct those.
Look what happened to that kicker in the Buffalo Bills. He got in trouble, got kicked, he got released. Look what happened. That's why I don't want to see that happen to us. We draft a guy and we find out that there's a arrest warrant or something happens. That's what I'm afraid of.
Arrest you might at the facility. Yeah, blank, blank, blank. Yeah. You're under arrest for the whatever. What?
You're under arrest.
Yeah.
You need too much.
God.
You need too much cheese.
But the combine, that's mostly for other things besides looking at players. They're out there having a lot of discussions and making deals out there for the next few years.
Trade deals. Yep. Yeah, trade deals and who's going to trade off in the first round, who's going to do this, who's going to do that. I mean, I doubt the Niners are going to try to get a first round. It's hard. I mean, they would have to trade pieces.
Or next year's first round. They're eligible for next year. They got a first-round pick coming up next year. They could get rid of that if they want to. I don't want us to become the Rams, though. Don't start getting rid of all your high-ranked picks. Although we don't do well, Michael. Well, we don't really do all that well with the first-round pick. Their best work has been done after the first round.
Yeah. We better all trade our first round and get some extra picks or somebody. Because sometimes the first round, we don't get anybody good. A couple of years we did. A couple of years we have.
But most of our best players are second round and beyond. And way down. Exactly. George Kittle.
Our free agent pickup.
Fifth
round draft pick from Iowa. Same year as the quarterback from Iowa that came with us, and now he's with Jacksonville. Beathard.
Yeah, and that's what they went to look at in the first place.
Iowa. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, they both played college ball together. Both got drafted, same team.
Trent Taylor was in that fifth round too. He just got hurt, but Trent Taylor was good.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I just hope that we use our running back Mason. I just want to see Mason play more, and I think we need to see the other guy play, the receiver. The one from SMU. I like to see him go out and play.
Danny Gray. I
like
play a lot.
I want to see him play.
Yeah, everybody does.
Play. He's a poor kid.
Okay, Michael, but what do you think? Michael, let me ask you this: do you think he's capable? Because if he's good, why is Kyle making him sit down? And people like to blame the quarterback. I'm not buying that. If you're good, you're getting on the field.
No, I think there's something that maybe he's not that good in NFL level. That maybe doesn't fit the right system or doesn't.
Michael, before we go, what's Pyle's biggest pet peeve with wide receivers? You gotta block. If you can't block,
and maybe
he'll make you sit down.
Maybe block. So he's afraid to block. Like Debo will block. Kittle will block. Ayuk will block. They don't care. Anybody will block. I would have blocked and knocked the guy on his ground.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. Michael, we got to go. I'll be back Friday.
All right,
and, let's see what develops between now and then. All right?
All right, Rumble. You have a good night, buddy.
Thanks,
good
man.
night, 49 friend.
Night, Michael. Well, it's a big show. It's a big show. Show, come on in here and ruffle feathers. I love when you do that.
Especially during draft season and free agency season.
That time of year anyway, There's a lot to be pissed off about. And anything goes. And Show, for the record, Show has been pretty 80% accurate on his assumptions and assertions every offseason. Show, what have you got for us tonight about what's going on with John? And did you draw anything from that might have been missed by some of us?
Well, what I drew from his press conference today about the quarterback situation is that he doesn't feel confident about it. We don't have a quarterback for the next 10 years right now, Ronbo, and that's the stone cold truth. None of the guys we have now can stay healthy. And when you go into a season like that, you're in for a rude awakening if you're thinking we're going to the playoffs or the Super Bowl. We're not.
So you got to get a third quarterback anyway.
Especially
what have you got in mind?
Especially if you don't have an answer at quarterback.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Are you thinking of drafting another kid, thinking he might work out, or are you going to go get somebody who's already proven that they could work out, but he doesn't cost much money? Is that even possible? Is my question. He's good, but he's affordable.
Whomever we're going to get, if we're thinking of playoffs this year, has to be a proven winner and has to be a starter.
Those guys are already working, though.
You know what I mean, Ronbo?
Yeah. That's what I said. To fit that description, that person's
you just
already...
seen what happened in the NFCC game when we went to Josh Johnson.
Oh.
You have to have a proven winner and a proven starter. It's not going to be a backup number 2. It's not going to be a backup number 3. They have to start and be ready and win games for us, or otherwise we're going to be tanking, which I would rather do than just go with a veteran quarterback that doesn't know shit right now. Excuse my language.
Darnold, Mariota. Do any of these names appeal to you, Show?
Brissett, Darnold, even Trubisky, Carson Wentz does too.
Mariota, yeah. Not Mariota?
No, Mariota, no. He's a flash in the pan, like Marquise Goodwin.
There's an example to compare it to. Because you're right about veteran presence. You need guys that can remain calm in very treacherous situations. And I agree with that.
And keep in mind, we tried to trade for Carson Wentz before he went to the Commanders. I'm sorry, the Colts. Wait, was it the Colts or the Commanders that he went to?
Yeah, it's a good question because he went to both teams. Colts and Commanders.
We did try to trade for him before he went to one of those teams.
It couldn't have been the Commanders because he had already torn his ass with the Colts.
Yeah.
So it must have been before the Colts.
I can't remember which one though, but we had interest in him. So don't be surprised if we have interest in him again coming up here pretty soon.
So if we broke into the office in the facility of Santa Clara and saw a list of names they're looking at, I guarantee you every other quarterback is names on that list. You know what I mean? Because Kyle's probably throwing his arms up in the air, and John's like, listen, Kyle, would you just trust me on this and let me handle this, and I'm going to give you some names, and we'll talk about it. Because you see Shannon's face on the sidelines. He always looks annoyed now. Even when we're winning, he looks annoyed.
Because he doesn't have a quarterback for the next 10 years.
Oh,
And you know what, Ronbo? I'm to the point where I'm willing to tank for Caleb Williams next year. I really don't give a damn.
You believe in
what anybody says.
So do you think it's going to be that good?
I really do.
You watched him in college.
We passed on Mahomes, Ronbo. Nobody, we can't do this again. We took a leap of faith in a quarterback that was extremely raw, and they don't have confidence in him. John Lynch said, quote, he has to stay healthy. John Lynch said, quote, he has to play. It doesn't sound like he has a lot of confidence in him.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, they haven't seen anything, Joe. That's the thing. They haven't had a chance to.
Because Lance he hasn't had a chance to prove anything. Because he can't stay healthy, and he couldn't beat out Jimmy Garoppolo. Unfortunately.
Yeah. So
we don't have an answer at quarterback for the next 10 years right now, and we're not going anywhere.
You have to make it so long, though. Does it have to be 10 years? We could get an amazing quarterback this year, or next year. Well, maybe one of these guys is going to be all of a sudden work out.
If you go into any season without the answer at quarterback, you're going nowhere. And that's shown the last few years.
The Reaper is back. So I got to believe, though.
I mean, it's the truth.
Yeah.
We're a quarterback away, Ronbo.
Yeah.
We have our nucleus in place. We're just a quarterback away.
And the window is only going to stay. Listen, how old is George Kittle? Is he 30?
Almost 30.
He's almost 30. Okay, Debo is what, 20? Debo wasn't young when we got him, so he must be pushing 32. Was he at least 27, somewhere in there? 28? So,
yeah, getting up there.
So we got I'd say we got a 3 solid year window. And this is why.
Oh yeah.
You're right.
This is why I'm ready for what I'm okay with tanking for one season if we got a 3-year window.
Oh, show that's
if all it takes is a quarterback.
Okay, but
I know it's a hard thing to swallow, but we need a quarterback.
Yeah, but when he comes in next year, that's a 2-year window now. And is he going to be up and ready to go in within a year? I mean, Burrows is like a Mahomes. There's only a few of those. It took Josh Allen took a couple of years, maybe his 3rd year when he got Stingley, or not Stingley, but Stephon Diggs. This is the thing. I'm almost getting ready to jump on the Tom Brady bandwagon. I mean, guys, just give me this. Get these guys to the Super Bowl and win it, damn it. That's it. Stop getting there and getting turned away.
As long as we get an offensive line, and if we do that, I'm all for it, as long as we get an offensive line, and I do not want Spencer Burford at right tackle or any of those guys.
Why do you have a problem with Spencer Burford?
Did you see what happened to Brock Purdy? Spencer Burford played part in that too. It wasn't just Mike McGlinchey.
The only part of that segment, only film I watch, is Tyler down there looking like he got whipped. But Tyler actually slowed him down for a second. I didn't realize that. So I'm not sure where to put the blame on this.
I want experienced, bona fide, fat offensive linemen.
But they got to be able to move, Joe. They can't be fat.
Yeah, exactly.
and just protect the quarterback. They've got to be able to get out there and help that run game too, though. That's why Kyle keeps getting these streamlined offensive linemen.
We need pass protection blockers badly.
Yeah.
This is what's getting our quarterbacks killed. I'm tired of these run blockers.
Yeah.
They're always getting our quarterbacks killed. And we're not going to go anywhere if that's not the number one area that needs to be addressed. Obviously, the number one area that needs to be addressed is quarterback, but I'd rather start on the offensive line.
Yeah, I'm with you on that too, because the offensive line, no matter how good the quarterback's going to be, is not going to be able to do well without that. Well, Show, I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to see you Friday.
And the name for kickers to look out for is Jake Moody out of Michigan.
Is there another name? Because I've heard two names. What's the other guy?
I'd have to look more into it. So
okay, Jake Moody though.
But Jake Moody's Moody.
Moody. Watch this guy's name come up in the draft. Show is amazing with this. Show, I'll talk to you Friday, okay?
All right, for sure. All right, take care.
You too, fam. Night. Yeah. And it's been, hey, Donna Bell.
Hello. Hey, Ronbo.
Hi,
hello.
Bell.
Niner fam, how's everybody doing?
Well, we're tired of this session every year that we're sitting around thinking, if we just had, and if they just would, I mean, it's what we're going to just have and stop wooden and get it done. So you look at John Lynch, and John he's coming out every year doing the same thing. He makes you feel confident when he's standing up. That's why I said, John, I want to run for president. He's got a big grin on his face and talking as if everything's all right. We're doing this, we're doing that, and we anticipate this, and we're pretty sure and confident about. John, tell us the truth. Donna Bell, do you believe everything John Lynch is saying?
He speaks in riddles. You have to be able to read between the lines.
I know.
With John. Now, what I saw with regard to McGlinchey, he's most likely gone.
He is serious
and
about
I'm
that.
okay with that because, like I said, I think he needed to go. Here's the thing. Here's the pickle. Whom do you get to replace him? That's the problem.
See?
If you can't replace him, or if you do have someone already on staff, then is that person at least up to the level that McGlinchey is, whatever level ready? You may want to consider that to be. So that's a big issue. Now they said that they didn't want to pay out of the ear for McGlinchey, but they did say that he would be a much sought after player. John did say that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking.
Wait, Donna, before you go past that, though, remember, he also said, should he fall short of achieving market prices or rates, sure, we'd be open to bringing him back. Is John serious? I want to know. I'd like to get a heat check on how they feel and how they evaluate Mike at the end of the season. Do they feel like some of us do? Or do they have a higher rating for him? I wonder how that went.
I think they feel like he's much improved from where he was because, as I understand, he did bulk up some, and he had stepped up his game. And I think they figured, well, he can go and search elsewhere and see if somebody else will be willing to pay what he wants. And if that doesn't work out, he did say they'd be willing to take him back, but I know at a much lower rate.
Yeah, 7, 8, maybe. Yeah, because how do you feel about McKivitz? Of what do you remember anything about McKivitz and his play at right tackle?
I do. Now, is McKivitz the one? It's one of them. I can't think of what is his name. I think they say he can play a couple of different positions on the O-line, and they say he plays them well.
Burford?
It may be Burford.
Yeah, Burford. You got Jalen, 314 pounds and 6'5", but doesn't move real well. And, Brunskill is probably that option, that Swiss Army knife that he is.
Okay, well, maybe it was him, Brunskill. I'm not sure. But
Brunskill can play center. They're not getting rid of Brunskill. And Brunskill doesn't demand a lot of money, so he'll be here.
Right. Now, I know that they said they were definitely going to re-sign Brunskill, and what's the other one's name? I can't think.
Yeah, McKivitz is still with us.
Him and another guy.
Yeah. And I just mentioned Jalen. Jack, I don't know why I can never remember his last name. Jalen, the guy we got year before last. And actually, Trent Williams coached him up. When Williams left, he coached that kid up. He wasn't bad during that course. Williams was right in his ear every time he came off the field that year. Jalen, what's Jalen's last name? Can we get the chat back? I need Jalen's last name.
And I can't remember that either.
Yeah,
but you know what, Ronbo?
Yeah.
I do have some. Well, what I saw was there's supposed to be a guy out of Albany State, Stephon Pierre. He's the linebacker, also plays DT, and they say he's a sub 4.5, and he actually had an NIL deal. I don't know what that is, but he had one, and he was SIAC, and I think that's a Division II school. He got a SIAC DPOY and a SIAC overall DPOY. So he's supposed to be able to rush and pass. Say he won the SIAC chip. He's supposed to be really, really good. So also they've got a Deshaun Johnson. He's first team All-MAC. He went to University of Toledo. They say he's unblockable. He's 6'2", 270. He's a tween, somewhere in between the defensive tackle, defensive
6'2",
end.
270. That's a round, rock-solid body type of guy. That's 6'2", 270. That's a round bowling ball kind of dude. Those guys are hard to block because they're usually wide.
Yeah, he has 16.5 tackles. And they say he's insanely quick off the snap. He's versatile and athletic. They say he got a nice left club and a nice right swim. But they say he's under.
Listen to she's going down through the terms. I'm loving it. Jalen Moore is who I was thinking about. Yeah, those are the things you look at in those offensive linemen too. Jalen Moore. He's the other guy.
Okay. I wonder. But yeah, them two, they'd be nice, and they'd probably be around second or third round of the draft is what I meant to say.
Yeah.
And they was looking at one of them. They've talked to the guy, the 49ers. They talked to one of the guys.
Yeah, I
it was some east-west something or other thing.
Because I love when they use the term unblockable on these guys. You know? So.
Yeah. That's interesting. But I don't know. I know, for McGlinchey, hey, if somebody else wants him, which somebody else probably would, I don't know if they'll pay what McGlinchey wants, but somebody else probably would want him. That's my main thing. I'm just wondering. And another thing, they're looking for another tight end. Now, is that more to do with, do they feel like Kittle's past his prime, or are they just wanting to shore up another tight end?
No, Tyler Croft, Ross Dwelly, Warner. These guys have been around for a little while, and they've not really asserted themselves as being a big, huge contributors. They're all serviceable. Ross Dwelly, I don't think they use him enough as far as passing game goes. But Charlie Warner is a solid blocker. Is who?
Dwelly, is he good enough?
Yeah, well, Dwelly has his moments, but they don't use it very much. He lost his job to Tyler Croft this year, what it appeared to me. So I don't know what's going on.
Oh.
Yeah.
Tyler, ain't he the one that got, what's the name, killed?
And not only that, Tyler did 3 things this year that really made me mad. Tyler missed a couple of gimmies. He missed one that Jimmy laid right on the kitchen table for him to eat. And then he missed that one. And then he did the same thing he did that to Brock Purdy. And then he gets Brock Purdy. I said, you know what, Tyler Croft, I've had enough of Tyler Croft, guys. It seems like, I don't know if it's his fault, but he really gets himself into a lot of trouble.
Yeah, he does. I don't know if he fits. And if they got them 3, Dwelly, Kittle, and Croft, then why are they looking for another one? I guess because
George
Croft
isn't going anywhere. They're looking for somebody that can come in because you know how George is. He's going to miss a couple of weeks out of the season minimum, right? So George needs somebody that can come in there. We need somebody else to come in there, and even when George is there, we can run them 2 tight end sets that we rarely run.
Yeah. So what do you think? We have someone that is comparable to McGlinchey, if not better?
I just went down through the names. I wish I knew. We're going to have to find out. They must have a plan because that's what they get paid to do. We'll have to wait to find out, though. But we got to go now. We got to go.
Okay.
Appreciate you getting here as
So
much
love
as you do,
y'all.
Donna
God
Bell.
bless.
Yes. We'll see you Friday.
Bang, bang, night again.
Yes. Night, Donna
You
Bell.
have a good evening. Bye-bye.
You too. Thanks. Hey, Liam.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Oh, Liam, we're looking at our situation here. Liam, while I'm always feeling depressed about some of the things that we need to fix, I wonder what other teams like the Rams are thinking, I guess if you have no hope, there is no need to be depressed, is there? Or the Cardinals, there's absolutely no reason for them to be concerned about their season. It's over before it even starts. But then there's us. I don't know which area is worse to be in. Knowing your team is good enough to compete, but you just lack a couple of things, and are they going to be fixed? I think that's what my problem is. That's what I'm worried about. Liam, what did you get from John Lynch? Is he going to fix some of the things we're concerned with?
I think he's going to get us some quarterbacks
with an S. I know,
and I hope we keep Gold around. That guy, he is the complete package.
You can relax as soon as he walks on the field, especially in the playoffs.
Ice. Yeah. And just also maniac, psychological warfare. And complete
not afraid of
ice
Jalen Ramsey
about the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, not even a little bit.
Robbie and Jalen kill me. Robbie gets right in his face.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go, Robbie!
Incredible. So that guy, not only is he just execute and it's pretty much automatic. I was really scared. There was a play really at the beginning of the year, might have been first game. He landed right on his knee.
Oh yeah.
And
those hits he took on special
that was
teams,
scary. I thought, oh my God, yeah.
He was out, I think, a week.
But
was he?
I mean, we need some quarterbacks up in here. Okay, I think we should go get Derek Carr.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Derek Carr's going to cost a lot of money. I mean, he's going to cost 30 plus.
He's going to cost less than Tom Brady.
What? Maybe not. I don't think Tom's really interested in money anymore. He's got more than he can ever spend, and more than his family can probably spend.
Okay. So what do we think Brady would ask for? If
Tom would probably
I guess
say,
it doesn't really matter,
I could real quick. I could tell you though. Tom's gonna say, "Listen, you guys got 15 mil. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Give me 15 and load me up with incentives and make sure that let's see if I can agree to that dollar amount.
Pay me a bit more or something.
And I'll meet all those requirements, and of course I'll get the money I need. And I look, guys, I got plenty of money. I'm doing endorsements more than anybody's going to pay me anyway. So Brady's at this point in his career, he just wants to be retired as a 49er. He just doesn't want to admit it. He does. He did admit it once. But the 49ers pissed him off.
Well, it is an interesting theory. That he didn't go and get a job right away with Fox.
In the booth?
He didn't start. But, he sort of framed it up. It seemed to me, I like to be the best at what I do. And, I need to take the time to, basically learn how to become a really good broadcaster. I got to train at doing that before I go on the air as a product.
Like Tony Romo. I
love
Tony Romo.
That's Coke Zero.
Yeah, Tom's got to beat Tony. But, yeah. But that's waiting for him. You know what I mean? It's not about money with Tom Brady. He's got any avenue he can get.
Now it's about
to
legacy.
Yep.
Purely about legacy. I don't know. I still think Jimmy would be a great option off the bench.
Yeah.
I know that sounds hilarious.
Why?
But
the 49ers
I think with him, never say never.
Their win-loss record with Jimmy Garoppolo. No matter what anybody says,
I know
that offense worked with Jimmy
man.
for the most part.
I will always have Jimmy in my heart. So I hope we bring him back. I mean, if that came to fruition, I'd be very pleased. But we need two quarterbacks.
He's going to get his 30 mil, somewhere between 25 and 30.
What about this? How long do you think the Patriots are in on Mac Jones?
That's why it's possible that Jimmy could be returning to New England. That's been talked about through the media already.
I see. Well, see, if that happens, then maybe the Patriots would trade us Mac Jones. I'd feel okay with Mac Jones coming off the bench to like run the offense. I don't think he'd be as good as Brock or Trey, but I think he'd be like better than Josh Jackson.
Oh, you know what, Liam?
But Josh doesn't put anything bad on Josh. I think Josh is a fine quarterback. Like
no, he's not. He's a practice back.
I want to be polite. He's not like a star. He's not even
close. I mean, he's not Liam.
No,
I have a feeling if nobody knew who we were,
that's true.
and we went out there and put the pads on and competed, I got a feeling. I know for sure I'd give Johnson a hard time because you know what? You can't be scared if you're going to play football. You know, I mean, Josh is trembling behind center. Come on, Josh. Well, tell Shanahan you don't want to do it then. God.
Yeah. I mean, it's just I guess really it comes down to what's going to go down with the surgery next week.
Yeah.
Like, if it goes good and they think, okay, he's going to be good, then you go down one pass. And that's probably like a more like pad it up, get some guys that are reputable that we can trust, that we know Greasy can work with.
Yeah.
Going to run the system.
Big applause for Greasy.
And they're going to be sturdy. And then draft a couple guys. I like that Dugan guy from TCU. Very, very tough.
Oh, that quarterback,
very
right?
Tough.
Yeah, too many people are talking about him. He's going to go in the second round probably at the latest.
Are you going to go high?
Yeah, there's too much conversation going on about him, so he must be as good as people say he is, at least nearly. He sounds like a something between Baker Mayfield and tough, gritty.
And I think if the surgery goes another direction next week and it looks like a more long-term prospect, I think that 49ers go in a different direction, and I think they go down the path of getting a much more like an Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady type profile. Because I think what they would do then is they'd see it as a bridge year. Maybe even in a case like Tom, it's like,
well, that would be the plan.
Know.
You get Brady in there for a year.
I don't think they'd ever back up.
Yeah. And then
you go
back to your original model with the low price rookies. Yeah.
Then you go back to Purdy. I mean, unless Trey blows minds and like just really, and hey, all the power to him. Go for it. But my assumption is that it's Purdy or bust. If Purdy is going to be delayed, then they're going to go in a different direction. Bit more star power.
Mm.
And if
you think that's the plan B?
On track,
is that the plan B, Liam?
I think so.
Yeah.
They're waiting. They got to see what happens here.
Yeah. Well, we'll know next week, huh? First week of March is coming up, and the doctor's just waiting for that swelling to go down. So that, as he always says, I want to get in there and get a look, and then I can make further assessments.
You got to get a look, baby.
Yeah, no. So,
got to get a look.
We got to wait 2 weeks. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, Liam, I'll see you Friday, and let's see what kind of lies are being told out or the media is going to get from the combine.
The month of March now.
Yeah.
The month of March is coming up here. I'm on the East Coast, so I'm in March. You're in February.
The draft is a month away. All right.
Yeah, well, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be a great draft. I think we're going to do a lot of things. I feel like we have a lot of picks.
We do. There's just none in the first round.
Yeah.
Or second.
Yeah, but it's like, who cares?
I know, because we don't.
It's
our best work is after the third round.
Awesome.
Think of all the busts we've had.
Yeah.
Dante Pettis.
Yeah, we're going to cook.
Foster.
We're going to have a cookout, man. We're going to set it up.
Solomon Thomas. Oh, God, the list goes on and on. Keller Witherspoon. Anyway, Liam, I'll tell you what, I'll see you Friday, fam. All right.
Yes, sir. Yep. Hope you've been well. I missed you the last few days.
Yeah, I miss you too, because I got to get in here tonight. I can't go another day. All right, Liam. Night, fam.
All right, brother. Good night, man. Bye.
Yeah, I was joking, right? All those names I just listed, early round picks. Dante Pettis did score a touchdown against us with Chicago. Players work hard after they leave us to beat us, don't they? Who else besides Dante's beating us? That Chicago game? That was Dante. Why couldn't he play? Well, you know what? He wasn't all that terrible with us. He was just soft, is what the problem was. Hey, Tony.
Hey, Ronbo.
Tony, you're a man of keen observation skills. Did you see John Lynch come up there with that poop-eating grin, saying the things he was saying today? He did make one thing clear, though, that you'd have to speculate or think about. Mike McGlinchey's not coming back. He doesn't quite know what to say about the quarterback situation. Demo is somebody he's really high on, which I think he's not kidding. I think we're going to have a problem watching Mosley come back, which is a sad thing to think about. And Jimmy Ward is not coming back. Gibson's going to get that job because Gibson's already admitted, no, I'm not retiring. You want to get rid of Jimmy? I'll stay here. So, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But what did you take from John's conversation?
Well, what it's like this time of year, Ronbo. It's all just hocus pocus,
smoke and mirrors,
abracadabra, and next thing you know, they pick up someone in the draft, and he's
surprise.
One of the best players on the team. Yeah.
Hey, we don't have any money according to what everybody's saying, right? But the 49ers are going to make a deal in this free agency. I don't know what it's going to be, but if Vegas has odds out on it, I'd put my money on, will the 49ers make a deal in this offseason? And is Tom Brady in the plans? Yeah, he is.
Well, you can do a win-win situation with Brady if you want, Ronbo, because if he wants to be a good announcer, Lynch can tutor him in the off season.
That's right, huh? That's right. That could be part of the deal. Tom, I'll give you all the lessons you need on how to handle yourself in the booth. And you need to come in here. And listen, after 1 year, you agree that we're going to step to the side. You're going to win that Super Bowl next year, though, buddy, and retire as your hero. Joe Montana didn't. You know Joe will be in your ear the whole year. It's just a wonderful thing, Tom. Come on back to the Bay Area. Your mom will love it. Just butter him up,
probably come back straight away. Yeah. But, we still don't know. They've got to do, we still don't know all the restructuring that's going on and what's happening with that, who's coming up through the ranks in a development squad.
True.
We haven't seen Kalia Davis yet, who's supposed to be another DJ Jones.
Yeah.
Arden Key's back on the market. I suppose you could give him another 1 year deal.
That didn't take long. Arden just rolled over there. He couldn't wait to get there, and he's already out. What happened? I got to read more into that.
Yeah.
See what happened.
The system probably no good for him.
Yeah,
Plus, we've got
we make it
new coaches.
Yeah, because Surik is just amazing.
You can bet your ass that this new defensive coach, Wilkes, is it Wilkes?
Yeah, that's him, Steve.
Yeah, he's been looking at film, so we don't know who he. They're going to sit down, obviously, with Kyle and John together and discuss who he wants, why, how, all those things. But definitely we need, someone to replace McGlinchey.
Yeah, we got
who that's going to be, who knows?
I know, right? It's frightening. That's a very important position due to the fact that Trent Williams is on the other side, and they're not going to bother they're not going to bother the silverback. They're going to come around the other side where life is a little easier. So if we've got some wimp over there, we're going to be in trouble. It's really...
Well, seeing as though Barry White's on the left-hand side there, yeah, he's got that deep voice. Come on, baby, take the pills off.
And he's vicious, too. I mean, Trent Williams will grab a man in a heartbeat with intent to hurt him.
Yeah.
It's unlike how he took that eagle and body slammed him. And the dude was in the dirt within a split second. Woo, that was vicious. That's the same guy that slapped Richard Sherman years ago. You don't want to mess with Trent Williams. Whew.
I bet you that guy's still feeling it.
No, I've never seen a man get thrown down that quickly. Woo! Dang. He told you to stop. You know, you had a chance.
Seeing as though we've got Trent and he's one of the best in the business, why don't they ask him who he recommends for a left tackle? I'm sure he knows some people.
Hey, I wonder did they actually run those things by guys like Williams, even George Kittle, anybody I've got that's just a kick-ass dude. He's a fan of his position. He'd probably tell you in a minute who's really good when your scouts are missing people. That's a great idea, Tony.
He knows our system. He knows what's required. He knows. He's played in the league for how long, and he knows all the players around the league. There's not somebody that he doesn't know.
Mm-hmm.
I'd run it by him. I'd say, all right, Trent, what are we going to do for the right side? Is there anyone you've got in mind or you recommend that we can have a good look at? You don't have to hire him. You can take his advice and have a good look at him.
Nick Bosa recommended a couple of guys a couple of years ago. Nick suggested some guys. One of them didn't make the team, but they ran it by Nick, and I wouldn't blame him. I'd ask Nick. I'd ask Fred Warner. Any guy that's a Pro Bowler on this team is a fan of his position. So he's got guys he sees in the college ranks that he knows. Now see that dude reminds me of me. Because those guys got egos. You bring him over here. So.
And as far as receivers and we've got plenty of running backs, but Kyle, I want him to come out this year with a new attitude. I mean, if you can't block, you're not playing. Oh, okay. Well, if he's going to be receiving the ball, obviously he's not going to be blocking, Kyle, is he?
That's Kyle.
He's got enough players there that can block. Put him on in situational snaps and use him correctly. I mean, same as Jordan Mason.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mason, you know what? Mason's beef on him. The one knock is he's not good at catching the ball. Kyle wants this full, he wants a guy with an entire arsenal. I said, Kyle, you know what? You're not going to get that all the time. I worry about TDP.
He's not good at catching the ball, Ronbo. It's like you've just finished a university degree, and then it's like going for a job, and then they say to you, you've got no experience. Oh, no shit, I've got no experience.
That's why I'm here.
University.
All
right? So how's he going to be good at catching the ball if you don't put him on and he gets real game time? You don't have to put him on in a game that's critical. You can put him on when you've got
when you can afford to put him out there and make a mistake.
Yeah, get him out there and get him some practice in real time.
Tony, do you know Leonard Fournette was considered a man of brick hands? And Fournette became, actually he's being let go now. But anyway, Fournette, he got really good at coming out of the backfield catching the ball. You got to train these guys. If they got other skills, let them work on that.
Yeah, so, there's all those factors. Plus, the smart thing would be to slot some more people in with the draft picks for development if there's other guys coming up. So you don't have to spend that much money. And, we don't know whose contract's going to get restructured. And, I mean, you got Javon Kinlaw. Personally, a lot of people are saying he's a bust, but you can give him a 1-year prove-it deal and just give him one more chance. He's got all off-season to recover.
The 49ers, they're going to give him a chance. I guarantee you, because you don't get rid of first-round picks that easily. They'll keep him. But he's got some things he's got to get work. He's got to stay on the field, for one thing. That's his main problem. Because John Lynch sounds like he doesn't get enough work in. That's why he hasn't been out there.
Well, see, Ronbo, I said it before and I'll say it again. These guys have got to rip players back too early, and some people have noticed that.
Mm-hmm.
And who knows what conversation they have with the recovery staff? Because, like I said to you before, players that always get injured on the 49ers go to other teams and never get injured again. So
that's uncanny. I don't. Tony, we got to pull up.
So to me,
go ahead.
That means that the other teams are taking better care of their players than these guys are rushing them back too early.
And I want to know what the people who take care of those players on the other teams, how come they never get hurt? Tony, I'll be looking for you Friday, and let's continue.
All right, brother.
Appreciate
Shout
you.
Shout out to everyone, and see you in the next chapter.
Looking forward to it, Tony. Have a great day, fam.
No, cheers.
And let's go to Aaron Code. You're at 530. What is your name?
Hello?
Yes. And who is this?
Hello, this is Jeff calling in.
Jeff?
Longtime Niner fan. Jeff, Jeff.
Oh, Jeff. Hey, Jeff. Jeff.
Hello.
Oh, good to hear that. All right. Come on, you came to the right place then.
I'm sorry about my voice. I'm going through the COVID sickness, so excuse me for my voice being all scratchy and everything.
No need to apologize. Get over that as fast as you can.
Okay.
Anyway, Jeff.
Yes, I'll try to. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
What do you think, Jeff? We observed John Lynch today. I've not been on just because I wanted to see what Lynch was going to say. I knew about this conversation coming up with him. He said a few things. Jeff, did you appreciate most of what was said in that conference today pertaining to the quarterback and some of the other issues?
I think I clicked on it for a second, but my brain got switched to something else, and I didn't even watch it.
Okay. Anyway, we're looking at a situation now where John seems to be impressed. He's been watching. Trey's back in camp and he's throwing. John seems to be impressed with the progress he's made since he's been able to do so. Javon Kinlaw is someone else we've all been complaining about that Lynch seems very high on and loves the fact that he's working hard and hasn't went home. And then you got Robbie Gould is going to be not, as most of us would have assumed, Jeff, and maybe yourself, that we were just going to sign Robbie and not even think about it. But that's not the case now. They're going to be looking for kickers in the draft. And it looks like that we may not. Deommodore Lenoir seems to have really positioned himself after last year's performance to be the starting corner opposite Javarius Moore last year. So if anybody thinks that we're going into the draft to get some of their dream picks at corner, and I imagine they're going to pick up a corner. He didn't say too much about draft because we don't have a lot of money to spend in the draft. But then again, if the 49ers want somebody, they're pretty famous for go ahead and getting them and figuring out how to do that after they get them. No more word on how they're going to sign Nick Bosa or anybody else yet. But, yeah, that was pretty much the most important things I thought that I got from that. So
yes, see, I was calling to kind of get something off my chest because, I hear a lot of people in the comments in your chat saying, oh, Purdy's so soft and, all these things like that, right? Yeah. But like what I've observed as I said before, I'm dealing with the COVID illness, like a lot of people are out there in the world. And I feel like the government isn't, addressing that properly. I'll say that. Okay. And what I'll also add to that is, I believe there's a guy named Dr. Disrespect who is a longtime 49er fan. He's a big YouTuber, over 1 million subscribers on YouTube and games. He, I believe that he contracted COVID because I go through it, so I can tell when other people have it, how they speak. And he was a singer, and he doesn't really sing anymore because you lose your voice. As I said, I'm sorry, my voice is gone. So he went into the 49ers practice squad, and there's a video of him on his video throwing a pass to George Kittle.
Oh, that's so a tall guy. Now I know you're talking about.
Yeah,
that is his name, Dr.
Yeah, he's a gamer, and Dr. Disrespect. Yeah, he has a video of him throwing the pass to George Kittle.
Yeah.
And so I believe that maybe he could have passed on COVID to Kittle, which then Kittle passed it on to Purdy, and now it's probably going to be with the whole 49ers football team, and that's what maybe.
Jeff,
go ahead.
Hold on. George Kittle has COVID?
Well, no, listen. Okay, so here's another thing. So I've been around people, and they've
I
got
see.
the COVID sickness. They've got the COVID sickness, right? So you can get it right away, but it doesn't show up on a test until months later for some people. So you could have it, go get tested for it, but it's going to give you a negative test, but then it'll pop up months later. And they have that with a lot of people. They have already said that it comes and it goes with people and stuff like that. So there's a lot of unknowns to that. So this is what I'm trying to say is that I think the 49ers they're dealing with illnesses, and then people are just calling them soft, but these people haven't been through COVID and known how COVID affects people to say that they're soft. So that's all I'm trying to say. People like Aquavision, MG, they're saying he's soft, but they haven't been hit with COVID. When you get hit with COVID, all of your energy leaves, you know, your voice, you can't sing, you can't do a lot of these things you used to be able to do comfortably. You know, you have brain farts with your brain. It's a lot of stuff. And I just want the 49er fans to be aware of this. And I'm not trying to just make up stuff. This is stuff that I'm dealing with personally. This is stuff that I've seen with my own eyes.
Well, I tell you, Dr. Disrespect said that Purdy was soft. He represents.
No, Dr. Disrespect didn't say he was soft. No, Dr. Disrespect didn't say Purdy was soft. People in your chat constantly say Purdy soft because his injury did look a little soft the way he got hit.
No,
but it's like,
you know what? That's
the guy. I bought a Purdy jersey the second game after seeing him beat Tom Brady. I know the guy's a baller and he's a good player.
Yeah, Purdy's not. I agree. Purdy is not soft. You know, there's a guy that played with
people in the chat have COVID. They understand that you know you're not the same person after you get that, and these people on the chat need to understand that people are going through illnesses behind closed doors, and people don't know everything. I believe Tom Brady even caught the COVID sickness, and he was out for 2 weeks, and they didn't say why he was out, and he comes back and he wasn't the same. It's not just the 49ers. There's other NFL players that are probably dealing with the same things.
Well, yeah, but Brady had some issues at home as well.
With his wife. But I'm just stating what I think are the facts. This is just my opinion. A lot of people can say I'm crazy until they deal with that, you know. But this is just what I wanted to get off of my chest because I'm tired of people saying that Purdy's soft and this and that. They haven't caught, you know, they don't know what people are going through behind closed doors and, you know, all this stuff. So that's all I wanted to say.
No, and you're right to just stand up. Brock's not soft. I mean, he got hurt. I mean, anytime you get your arm bent like that, you didn't even see it coming, chances are there's some real damage in there. It's still swollen up. So anything that stays swollen up for 2 or 3 weeks is serious. So, yeah. Well, Jeff.
You look at Young Montana saying Purdy's noodle arm. If Young Montana had COVID, he wouldn't even be able to type in the chat. That's how soft Young Montana is.
Let me tell you, like I tell everybody else, do not pay any attention to the Young Montana. That's all he talks is bizarre, bizarre. I mean, this is a very strange.
I just want to say that,
anyway.
You know, have some, you know, people are dealing with sicknesses under, you know, behind closed doors, and try to keep that in mind. That's all I want to say, you know.
All right, Jeff.
Especially these NFL players and stuff, you know, they're going through it as well. That's all.
Understood.
And I love your show, Ronbo, by the way. I love you. I love your energy. You are the best Niner fan as far as I can say, or the broadcaster. I love you deeply in everything you do.
Jeff, I love it. Thanks. And back at you, okay? And listen, don't be a stranger. I'll be back Friday if you got some time, okay?
All right. Take it easy.
Yeah, and you get better, all right? Hang in there. You'll be okay.
All
right, Jeff.
I'll
Have
try.
a good night.
All right, bye.
And there, Merrick, as if on cue, Merrick usually comes in right around now. Hey, Merrick. Amazes me how he does that. Or maybe he's been waiting for a while. I don't know. Merrick.
How's it going, Ronbo?
Merrick, it's going okay. I just want to get past this point and into the season because I don't like to be guessing all the time. You know, I love it when the table's fully set and we're about and we're saying things like, okay, guys, 2 weeks away from starting day. I think we got a good chance here. And we do that every year, you know. And then 3-4 weeks later, oh, man, we got several injuries. I don't know. What do we have to do to stay healthy? You know, I'm so used to it now. America, we're gonna have injuries. We're going to. And but other teams are too. I often believe that we're the only ones having injuries, but we're not. And it just comes. Football season is a game of fruition. Whoever can stay up into week 17 has a good chance, if you're in the playoffs, to go all the way. Football is more about health than it is, because you got the best players in the world all out there. Who can stay up on 2 feet? That's the thing. Man, John Lynch came in and said a number of things today. Did you watch his press conference out at the Combine?
No, I didn't. The only thing I've seen floating around was that quote about looking at quarterbacks. Well, I'm not sure what else he said.
You can get on that. Now, John this is nothing new for us with the quarterbacks every year. Every year since Kyle's arrived, and shucks, we've always had a quarterback situation go up on one level or another anyway, but it went up to a fever pitch after Shanahan got here, right? Every year there's a controversy with the quarterback. So now,
yeah,
you got 2 quarterbacks that just got annihilated during the season, and they're both trying to get cleared to come in and play. And here we are heading into the draft, right? So you got it's an area of concern for the organization and the 49er fans. You're gonna have to go get another third quarterback, regardless as to how they're feeling. I'm talking about Purdy and Lance, of course. So what are you gonna do? What do you think the 49ers are gonna do?
Well, I think they are going to go get him. I don't Derek Carr, to be honest. I think he's going to cost too much money. Not going to be Aaron Rodgers either. He's way too much money, and you're going to have to trade first-round picks for him.
Yeah, you got to give up the farm to get him anyway.
Yeah, so I think it could be someone like Carson Wentz.
Rodgers in the NFC,
Yeah. So I think it's someone like Carson Wentz or Sam Darnold.
How do you feel about Carson Wentz?
I don't know. He played well in Philly. He was going to probably win MVP here. They won the Super Bowl down, and he played okay in Indianapolis, but he did not do well.
Well, that last game in Indianapolis was very strange. You've heard about his locker room etiquette is not something that you probably want walking around. I don't know how he gets that reputation, but players in Indianapolis it seemed like they just hated him. I think he's one of those guys that designates blame after the game is over and calls people out. That won't work in San Francisco. We don't do that. The Commanders, he was done there so fast it was ridiculous. I can't imagine him coming to San Francisco and changing that whole scenario he seems to find himself in. Maybe he could, I don't know. But yeah, Wentz is probably not coming. If I were to bet money, I'd say probably not. Carr is going to take his time about where he wants to go. It seems like New Orleans is really appealing to him. We'll see. But 30
if I was Derek Carr, it would be more important to win the ring over money because New Orleans is in cap hell. They're not going to be competing anytime soon.
Yeah, I know, right? But they got to, when they're healthy, that defense is really, that's the only reason why they won the few games they won is because of that defense. They're still, defensively, they're still tough. They got a couple guys hurt, like we do, that hurt them on defense as well, and they were still pretty good. So, yeah.
So if we can get our quarterback issues solved, because we're at win now, we have time to hope for a quarterback or tank for a year.
Yeah, man, that's the thing. We can't wait.
So,
these guys aren't getting any younger. They're going to be, their prime is going to come and go here, and we're going to still be talking about next year. That's got to stop now.
Yeah. We have all the tools to win now. It's just one play.
One play takes. You see, the 49ers, they're trying to keep a strong team around a quarterback. And as you know, what a lot of people don't understand is this team doesn't fully rely on what the quarterback's capable of doing as long as he can follow directions and get a certain amount of skills done within Kyle Shanahan's offensive system. It doesn't require a Tom Brady. Well, it would be nice to have him. It doesn't really require an Aaron Rodgers. It just requires a guy who can do his job efficiently. You know, when you're surrounded with the talent that the quarterback's got with the 49ers, just do your job. We're not asking you to do a lot more than that. And that job requirement's not that high. Just get the ball into the playmaker's hands.
Yeah.
So that's the philosophy. So if they continue to go by that, yeah. We're not going to be spending a lot of money on quarterbacks. You're going to spend all your money on everything around the quarterback, including the defense.
Yeah, that's true.
So
And where'd all the talk about Tom Brady come from, Ronbo? I thought he was retired and done. Why are we all talking about him again?
I know. Lynch texted him after he retired, and Tom is going to become famous for saying goodbye and suddenly reappearing. Because he did this last year. Remember? Yeah, I'm going to call it a day here. And a few minutes later, he's coming out of retirement. I said, Tom, how many times are you going to retire? So if he comes back this year, it would be hilarious. I'm betting he is, though. I don't think he can stand it.
Yeah.
As long as he feels good, he's going to want to play.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
So, I don't know how much Tom would cost, though. That's the only thing. I can't imagine anything less than 15. I think he'd take 15, but I can't.
I don't think he'd take much more than 15.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Got a $340 million deal with Fox. For him, he doesn't need a ton of money.
I know. He can just play 1 year and then go to Fox next year if you're worried about money. And Tom also could get that loaded with incentive that could add up to a lot of money. Tom does not need a huge cap hit contract. He just doesn't need it. You've been paying for 20 years. I'm sure you could own. He's got his TB12 company. Tom doesn't need money. But he'd love to add to his legacy and win a Super Bowl with the 49ers as he sat in the stands with his mom, that iconic photo now, showing little Tom sitting in his mom's lap and rooting for Joe Montana. That's special.
Yeah. It seems like whenever there's a quarterback who's a 49ers fan, we don't draft him. He turns out to be really good. Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers.
Oh. But Mahomes, wouldn't it have been something, though, had any of these guys
The
came
thing
before
about
us?
Mahomes, though, Ronbo, is I don't think it would be the same Mahomes if he went anywhere else other than
And then with Bieniemy, who doesn't get any credit, and Andy Reid. I know. That's a subject for a lot of different conversations. Anyway, Merrick, I'll be back
Let's
Friday.
say he went to the Bears. I think he would have
That would have been interesting. He's got some great talents to work with in Kansas City for sure. All right, Merrick. Let's get together Friday and see what we got going on, all right?
All right. Hopefully we get some good news.
Yeah, hopefully. All right. Night, Merrick.
Night.
Man. And so check out Frank's still waiting on us. Hey, Frank.
Oh, what's up, Ronbo?
Frank, off-season time getting underway. And Lynch came out and addressed the masses, saying various things. Did you catch that?
No, I didn't even catch it. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah,
I didn't even catch it.
Well, he talked about the quarterback situation, and he saw Trey out working out, and he looked out his window. John's got a window where he watches people from his window. He said Trey's dropping back. He's looking good. He's not limping or anything like that, so he looks healthy. Brock Purdy's situation, they're going to have to revisit that whole situation after they figure out the doctors already told everybody they've got to go in there and get a good look as to what they're going to do with this elbow. And then Robbie Gould is...
Yeah, I read that. I read about that.
And then Robbie Gould is going to cost more money. Frank, I just took for granted we was going to re-sign Robbie. It ain't that cut and dry. No. Robbie's got to take a certain amount of money. 49ers are not going to sit back and argue with him. They're going to say, Robbie, here's what we can afford, and we're not going to franchise tag you. So that's what we can do right now. And Javon Kinlaw, it does not sound like John Lynch is interested in saying goodbye to him. He likes what he sees in Javon coming in and working out hard every day. Him and Drake Jackson are working hard as can be every day. So they're trying to get better. That's impressing the 49ers. So they're not going anywhere. I knew Drake wasn't. But Frank, did you think Javon Kinlaw was going to come back next year? Because the 49ers already said, have they announced they weren't picking up his fifth-year option? The 49ers, are they out of time to pick up that fifth-year option? Anyway, John made it seem like listen, I'm not mad at Javon Kinlaw. He just hasn't had enough time to prove himself out there. So that's not going anywhere. And yeah,
I mean, first round, Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, and we're there's supposed to be a third quarterback option. I mean, they have to. You can't just go in. We've already proven we need more than 2 quarterbacks, so they're going to look for a third quarterback. Nobody knows who that is. It's not going to be Derek Carr like some people are saying. That's not going to happen. 30 million plus is never going to be the case now. You got 2 young quarterbacks, rookie deals. That's what you want to stick around. Tom Brady's name has been thrown into the mix. Frank, you knew it wouldn't be long. Here comes Brady, you know? Ain't nobody said that about it.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers, though. That's pretty funny. Aaron's going to stay in Green Bay anyway.
Yeah, well, I'm all on board for Tom. Yeah, I'm all on board with that. Well, yeah, I bring Ken Lowe back, on a proven deal, first round pick.
Mm-hmm.
So I bring him back on a proven deal. Man, he just don't. He goes somewhere else and he become a monster.
I know, right?
He just got to stay healthy.
Yeah,
so he just, got to change his diet. Just work with him. Just give him 1 year proven deal. But the main thing, I say focus on that offensive line. That's what we have to really build this all season, the offensive line. The offensive line is terrible.
Yeah, Mike McGlinchey.
It was okay, but we need to be better, like how Kansas City O-line was. That's how we need to try to build out. Have an O-line like that. And we got to back Trey, man. And Trey healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Child just got to put him in the right situation, man. Like, that'd be a waste if we give up on him and we done gave up all that draft capital. So that means, it was who fought was it? Kyle or John, who won them? You know what I'm saying? So you when you did all that to get them, so you got to stick with them. I mean, we all had to back them, man. I think the kid got a lot of talent.
He's in position.
He got a lot of talent. Kyle just got to call the right, put him in a position to be successful. That's the coach job.
He will most likely start. He will most likely start on opening day because he's the only guy healthy right now. So he's got every opportunity to be that guy.
Yeah, so I mean, like I say, I'm a back. We got it back with Trey. He healthy. Brock get back healthy, but back Trey, man. Trey was the golden child that we picked up. As for the so he just got to come out there and prove it. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I said we have to build that offensive line first. That's the main thing we need to do. Build that offensive line.
You got a problem with the defensive line too, but you know why? Because not only Javon, but you're going to need a better pass rush than we had last year.
I was just about to say that.
Now the word is around. The 49ers wouldn't have beat Kansas City, not with that defensive rush. And I thought about that for a second. Could there be some truth to that? I don't want to believe it. Because, and Jimmy Garoppolo, Jimmy Ward Gibson's going to stay at safety. The 49ers seem pretty serious about that. So, Jimmy, if he don't want to play nickelback, I guess he'll be gone. So.
Yeah, but I bring build the offensive line. I bring Mosley back on he should take, and he got injured. So bring him another 1 year deal.
Frank, check this out. Mosley, Deommodore, from what Lynch was saying, Deommodore has taken that job. I think Deommodore is going to start opening day.
I mean, it all depends on Mosley, we don't know.
No. Not according to what Lynch said. Lynch was talking with a gleam in his eye, like he's just so delighted that Deommodore had the year he had. He says, he's going on and on. He said, you can put him inside, you can put him outside. And a lot of times when he first came in, people were working his side more than ever. But as the season progressed, they started going away from him and going more toward Travarius. So we like what we got in Deommodore. And they said somebody said something about Mosley. We're gonna see what condition his leg is in or his knee is in and see what he comes back with that injury. I said, wait a minute, John. Demo has won the job outright. I mean, Mosley's a bad boy. They might not even sign him. It's going to depend on if he wants to come back in a backup role. Really? That means you don't have to pay him as much money.
Probably got to see how that. Yeah, now how he is injured. That injury. We got to see how that is.
It was a clean break. They said it wasn't anything else damaged with the ACL, so he should be ready.
So this year, So I mean, I still bring him back, but our main thing is It's the offensive line though. We gotta get that's the number one priority in the whole season. Working that O line. Work on that O line.
They're not bringing
yeah, work on the O line. Yeah, work on that O line, man. That's what's killing us, man. The O line.
Lynch made clear he's not bringing McGlinchey back. Pretty much. I mean, he said if McGlinchey comes back and wants to get paid less money. But he can't see that happening because the market is out there waiting for him to get. So Lynch is politely saying goodbye to him today. Now you have to worry about who you're going to put on that right side, though.
Yeah, man. They got to do that's what they get paid the big bucks for, man. Do they homework and go out there and find the right replacement? So. That's all, Ron. That's all. I wanted to call them, man. I ain't called them for a while. Man.
Yeah, I missed some time myself.
Busy working hard.
Yeah.
Been working a little hard, man. So just gotta, work on the old line, man. And we don't worry about it, man. It's back Trey, man. That's all. Trey can do it, man. Come in and get the job done. But you gotta protect them, man. You gotta protect the quarterback. And for the third option, I'm all for Tom Brady. Tom would love to play for his home team. Team he grew up, that's 49 is a team. That's what he want to be a 9 and heart. John Lynch, get on the phone, call him, man. Brady will come in. Brady will come. We ain't got to pay Brady nothing. Brady, we'll give him. He ain't gonna ask for no. Let me get 25 and 30 million. No, Brady ain't gonna ask for that. Brady all about championships, man. Yeah. Brady he want to make sure nobody don't catch him. Yeah. But he come on, man. He's gonna get this 8th ring.
Anybody get 7?
Let me get this 8th ring. Yeah. Let me get this 8th ring, man, and ride on the sunset, man. With the Niners, man.
With 3 different teams.
Call them, get them on the horn. Yeah, exactly. Get them, call them on the horn, and bring them on, man. And let's get this ball rolling. I'm tired of getting close every year, man. We can't finish, man. That's frustrating, man. It breaks my heart, man. I'm tired of it, man. I got tired of it, man.
All right, Frank.
I'm tired, man. But I know the whole empire tired.
You and me both. All right, Frank. You got some time? I'll be looking for you Friday. Okay.
Okay, yeah, got you, Ronbo. I appreciate you. I love you, man. And the fish sandwich back, man. So let's get it.
Fine up, Frank. All right, fam.
All right, Ron. We'll go, Ronbo.
Say hi to moms too. All right, fam.
I will. I definitely will. Thanks, Ronbo. All right.
Night, Frank. And let's check in with Ellis. Ellis.
Yo, Ronbo. Can I come in on the next one, or we closing out?
No, you're okay. We can come back. Yeah, I'll be back.
Next one, I'll be ready.
All right.
Thanks, man.
And we go to a name, Herd the Mania. You got all of these names. Herd the Mania, come on in. Oh, please tell me you're there. With a name like Herd. Hello.
I'm a Tennessee Vols fan, so I'm a Joanna maniac now.
Wait, a Joanna maniac? Joanna Jennings?
Well, yeah, I'm a Tennessee Vols fan, of course.
Yeah, I forgot what school he went to. That's right, and he wasn't.
And listen, I don't want to brag that Tennessee beat the crap out of Clemson in the championship game. Oh, never mind. I guess I did.
Wait a minute, your voice sounds awfully familiar. Don't I know you? I have another name.
I'm Tyler.
Yeah, I thought so.
Overrated State University.
Yeah.
I live in Ohio with the Overrated State University.
And I remember you don't like Ohio State. I remember that.
Yeah. Worthless nut. Like if a virgin went to a strip club and got a lap dance. Worthless.
Tyler, you're not changed. You're still a psychopath. I love it. Tyler, you're taking in all this stuff. I've been seeing you every now and then on social media. And you come and make brief statements and disappear. What's going on with you these days?
Oh, not much. Just working, doing what I can,
All right. Well, you see what's going on with us. We can get to the water, but we just don't want to drink it. And Tyler, you know what's going to funny happen, Tyler? This will be the year after we've had these tough teams. and we look like we're ready to steamroll everybody. This is the team coming up this year. I still know how they're going to piece this together, Tyler. You got 2 kids at quarterback, and they're both hurt. We don't know what they're going to look like coming into the season. You need a 3rd quarterback. Oh, you get a pick from. The 49ers are already telling everybody we don't have any money. So it's kind of a fighting situation. And this will probably be the year we're getting rid of Mike McGlinchey. This will be the year we win the Super Bowl. Watch.
Yeah.
Because it makes no sense.
Call me crazy, but
you're crazy.
I think Zach Wilson needs Shanahan, Ronbo. When you call the Jets, tell them we'll give you a 2nd next year for Zach Wilson, and if he wins the Super Bowl, we'll give you a 1st round.
Wait. Tyler, too much. You could probably offer him a 3rd, since we got plenty of them, and they'll probably be fine with that. They want Zach out of there as fast as they can get him out of there. Any offer
and I'm keeping Trey Lance. I'm keeping Trey Lance and Brock Purdy.
Yeah, because the thing is, you want Zach as your veteran?
Zach Wilson.
I guess you call Zach a veteran. This is his 3rd year, right? Yeah.
Well, yeah, you could.
Yeah. Okay, Tyler, you know Zach's attitude and his personality. Do you bring him into your office before you make that deal? Zach, listen, I'm trying to bring you to San Francisco. Can we get a few things straight before you come over here? Because I need to know some things from you. Do you have that conversation with him?
Well, yeah, sure.
Okay, because he's got to make sure that he says all the right things, and then you make that deal. I don't know that I have a problem with Zach Wilson, and quite frankly, he might be better in Kyle Shanahan's system. But they were kind of running Kyle's system over in New York, though. Kind of.
Exactly. LaFleur. Didn't LaFleur go with Saleh?
Yeah. Well, of course, he wasn't exactly the same, but somewhat.
That just goes to prove that he needs Shanahan.
Yeah. Yeah. True. They fired LaFleur, though. I wonder if it's LaFleur's fault. Maybe. That's what I've always liked about you. You're probably the only guy in the Niner Empire that would want to bring Zach Wilson to San Francisco.
I'm sure I am.
Yeah, before the draft, everybody was high on Zach Wilson. Oh, he was just, I'd love to get Zach Wilson. Everybody's like Zach Wilson. And, of course, he goes number 2 in the draft. And now he's the first one that everybody wants to get rid of as far as that year goes. Now, why do you like him, though?
Well, good.
Why do you like him so much?
I think Zach Wilson would be great with Shanahan. Just like, you know what? They're probably not going to get rid of him, but Sam Darnold. I think Sam Darnold would be great with Shanahan.
You're right about the fact that Shanahan is a quarterback-friendly system, no doubt about it, though. Yeah. If we could just get the quarterbacks.
Plus, McCaffrey, Debo, Kittle, Ayuk.
Those are the guys. That's just a team full of guys. And if everything else goes south, you can check down, right, left, up the middle. You got McCaffrey on one side, Debo on the other. You got Kittle. And this is why when people keep worrying about going deep downfield, Shanahan's never going to do that with this assembly of talent. He'll do it on occasion, but as far as it being a regular thing.
Montana didn't throw 60-yard bombs.
Nah, that's what people just don't get it. So that's why, yeah.
It's the West Coast.
Yeah. Because you've got playmakers.
Get first down to tire out the defense.
That's right. And you create them big, wide gaps out there. Just get the ball to the playmaker. Stop fooling around and put the high percentage pass in motion and get it to the guys. And that's not going to change as long as Kittle, McCaffrey, and Debo are on the field. And Ayuk is just icing on the cake. He will go down at least midfield and make a play for you. Because his route running is just brilliant.
Yeah. And if he does good, we could trade him. No.
You know what I don't understand, though? I think Danny Gray was supposed to be able to do he's supposed to actually take the top off the defense. I don't know.
With Trey Lance.
Yeah. I think he was just, I don't know why they won't throw him the ball. I still think it's Kyle's thing about blocking. If you're a wide receiver, you can't block. Kyle's done with you, basically.
Yeah. Well, TDP, and after he got drafted.
Yeah.
For the 49ers, he said, if you don't block, you don't get the rock.
Kyle's not playing. People better believe that. Even Marquise Goodwin was so at blocking. Him and Kyle had a falling out. It's just the way it goes. Everybody blocks, or somebody's got to sit down. And then as soon as the season ends, we're going to be looking to get rid of you. That's just the way it is. And you notice most of our guys.
And Ronbo, I would change some positions around too.
Like who? What?
I would make Juwan Jennings a freaking tight end.
I agree. I need to beef him up a little bit.
A freaking linebacker. Make him fucking linebacker. Screw the safety shit. Make him a freaking linebacker.
How tall is he? Jennings is about 6'3". Somewhere.
I think he's like 6'2", something like that.
Yeah.
I'm 6'8", so he's short to me, but
Well, yeah, but I mean the thing is, I'd like to beef him up a little bit, and I wonder if he can still move because he lost weight to move like he moves now. The he's become an excellent route runner. Have you noticed? And everybody says it's because the other defense is on everybody else. No, Jennings is out there burning guys up. I've seen guys trying to cover him and fail.
I love Jennings. Ronbo, you need to go watch the 2016 Georgia versus Tennessee game. Watch the whole game. Josh Dobbs.
Dobbs. Is that a quarterback?
Yeah.
Yeah, that name sounds
when
like
we beat Georgia, he threw it up to Juwan Jennings, and James came down with it in the end zone.
Yeah, Jennings
great.
There's no doubt about it. 7th round pick, restricted free agent. He's coming back no matter what. Next year we got to pay him, but this year he's as cheap as can be and as good as they get. I love him. He's a great ball player. I like him a lot. I had no idea he was going to replace Kendrick Bourne the way he did. He's replaced Kendrick and then some. Love it.
Exactly.
God, he's a tough guy. When people try to drag him down on that tackle, Jennings
Miles
dragging the guy down the field. You better get some help over here, man, because you're going in the end zone with me. It's Jennings.
One of the dude from the water chickens or something came him in the mask, and he just started laughing at him.
I know, right? That was Was that the Bears? I forget which. Was it the Hawks?
I thought it was the water chickens.
I think you're right. Anyway, slapped him, and Jennings thought that was funny. That's a tough dude. Most of us would have seen red and got ejected because there's nothing worse than a slap. God, that'll burn you right up. Your temperature just goes right out the window. You get punched me or something like that. Slap me like that? Whoa! So I give him credit. Jennings is cool. He did get pissed off a couple times last year, though, finally. They finally went too far. So.
And Ronbo, before I go, I want to make an announcement.
Go ahead.
For everybody to hear this, we did not trade 3 first-round picks for Lance.
We played
2
2
first, and we traded a first. Everybody, Grant Cohn, everybody, even people in your chat, we gave up 3 first. No, we didn't.
I got tired
we have
of
one next
people.
year.
We gave
if we
2.
gave up 3 first rounds, we wouldn't have one next year.
Right.
It's math.
We switched positions with 1 pick, and then we gave 2, not 3. I got tired of telling people. So
we're down.
Whatever.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Tyler. You got time? Good to hear from you again. You got time? I'll see you Friday.
All right. I'll be calling in.
All right. I'm looking at social media,
I'll talk to you later, Ronbo. Go Niners, go Vols.
Yeah.
All right, bye.
Yeah, and then we'll check back with Ellis now. Hey, yo, Ellis. Maybe let's come.
I'm Bizzle.
Yeah. Ellis, you ready?
Yeah.
Ellis, I know what you're doing, Ellis, because I've done that same cough. Ellis, you can't fool.
Nah, yeah.
At least you didn't cover this
Not anymore.
Ellis, while you're at it, did you catch John Lynch today?
I caught a little bit of it. I didn't get to watch the whole thing, but I did hear him talk about the QB situation, and it sounded like Brock was the man for the job.
Yeah, because what he did say about Trey was unconclusive type of statements, right? He's already said that Trey has some things to prove this year. He said that a few weeks ago. So I don't know what you expect from a guy that's been out for 2 years. Because basically Trey's the same person he was when he left last year. At that time, he hadn't done anything yet and hadn't had any time to do anything yet. So if the 49ers are going to put any pressure on him about what they're expecting, that's pretty scary. That's a lot of pressure. Hopefully he'll come through. You got to pull for him because, I mean, this is just unfortunate accidents, strange, freaky accidents. But what are you thinking otherwise about that whole situation?
I mean, he's in a great position, but not at the same time, because of the odds of, him coming in and just totally blowing everybody away and, just everybody all of a sudden, just being like, okay, he can do it now. It's just he's really at a disadvantage. It's not fair to him. I feel bad for him, honestly. And, it's a good problem to have, but
you got to come back and finish it. I know.
Yeah. And, but he's really mature in a lot of different ways, and that's beneficial for him because I believe he has the confidence to still, in himself to still be able to, overcome the adversity and, prove himself. But he has to do it. And, without having really the reps the full season to make the mistakes, the week in, week out, play by play, good and bad choices and what have you.
Exactly.
It just hasn't given him, a fair shot at it. So it's kind of, it's just.
And Ellis,
rough, man.
You add to that, now he's got the pressure of trying to play a level above Brock. Now, and he did mention, he says, I did love his professionalism. Trey was out there doing all he could to help Brock out, and so they like Trey, and they're probably going to give him a margin larger than what might be expected because of his professionalism.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, regardless of whatever happens, Trey's going to do some great things in this league. I don't know if that's going to be here with us. I was hoping, I picked, I looked for Trey to be our quarterback after we lost in 2019 when he was still a freshman, starting out there for North Dakota. And we ended up getting him. And, I go over this, but I just say that to say, he's going to get his shot one way or another. So if it doesn't happen here, I wish him all of the greatest and the best of, a career in the league. And I think he's going to be he's going to be a great player. I just don't know what's going to happen here. So it's kind of like, it's up in the air right now. But, Brock has to come back, from that injury, and he has to still show that he can, play the position at the level in which he was playing when he got thrown into the fold. So, if that doesn't end up working out, then it's going to be let's go with Trey, or I don't know if they're going to add one. I feel like they're going to get one in the draft. But at some point, we know there's going to be a quarterback or two that's going to get added to this team. One,
at least two.
One will be on the practice.
They have 4 or 5 every year. That's true. Who are they going to be?
And hopefully the scouting department is doing
their
due diligence like last season. Yeah. No, not at all. Hopefully it'll be, they'll be doing their due diligence though, like they did kind of with Brock. Maybe we can get another gem like that somewhere in the draft at some point, whether in the latter part or, whatever. I know they cut Jacob Eason. I don't know if they're going to bring him back in, but, he's got to know what the hell he's doing. So he would be more of a practice squad type guy if we was to even have him. So he would be like the 4th, which I don't think we're going to keep 4 quarterbacks.
We had him last year, right, for a few minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, we did. and he was said to be really good. I just, he's one of the many guys that just haven't got the chance to get their opportunity yet. There's a lot of those rookie quarterbacks that still haven't got their chance yet.
It's
So
a tough position. There's only one guy. With offensive linemen, there's a bunch of them. Wide receivers, there's a bunch. Running back, any position, but a quarterback. He's like the Lone Ranger running around the NFL. He either can do this or you can't, or you're gone. There's no other place for you to go.
yeah, you're less likely to get that opportunity playing that position if unless you have a terrible offensive line or you run a particular offense where it increases the chance for injury for that, at the quarterback position. So I've seen some, Marcus Mariota, I've seen Matt Ryan. Go ahead.
No, it's poor Trey. Trey's been hurt twice. Seriously, I didn't know that finger was that bad in year one. Year two, we saw that huge Seahawk take him down. So, there are, the helmet, finger on the helmet, a freak accident. The huge lineman trying to kill him, that's a thing of, you got to work on practice a little more and do some other things. If Kyle's telling the truth, I don't know. I don't know. You got to keep out of harm's way as much as possible. The offensive line can't help you with that kind of thing, right? If it's an RPO and Kyle says he was supposed to give that ball to Debo, this is why Debo's standing looking shocked. You got to do that. Don't be a hero. Not now. Wait. Later. Your time to be heroes coming up. Right now, just stick to the book, learn the game, get used to the speed, and become acclimated. So we'll see.
Yeah, and I'm glad we got the, Juwan Jennings, re-signed. That was real good. I kind of figured that was going to happen.
Oh, yeah, John. He's a restricted free agent. He couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah. Well, and he's like identical to what we got production-wise from Kendrick Bourne.
Mm-hmm.
His numbers are very similar. Mm-hmm. I mean, the only difference is the stats with Kendrick were a lot higher as far as the amount of catches and his overall stats, but his catches were the first downs or touchdowns.
Mm-hmm. And they were always, we absolutely needed it. Kendrick was the same way, but Kendrick was there wasn't as much talent on the field with Kendrick as there is with Juwan. Juwan's getting surrounded by talent. So when he makes a play, Juwan says, I ain't going to get that many opportunities. I ain't blowing this play. That's what I like about it, Juwan.
Yeah.
He fits right in.
He takes advantage. Yeah. But he needs some more opportunities. Kyle Juszczyk, we got him for maybe 2-3 more seasons. We need to see these guys get some more opportunities, man. I've been talking about this, for years, especially with Juszczyk, but hopefully Kyle really wakes up because, when we like I said, man, we have a super team.
You do, but
we really do.
Look who you got, though. I mean, you're not going to take any takeaways from Debo or McCaffrey. Yeah, you might be able to split a little bit.
Debo low-key took a back seat once we got McCaffrey, so I'm wondering how Kyle's going to.
What are you going to do next? Yeah. It's hard to get, you got to, I don't know what they're doing.
It's just a couple of extra plays. I'm not going to say give them like 10 catches a game, but, give them 3 to 5 ops, a game, if you can. At least 3. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, man, just reward them. Reward them with some touches.
And remember, he's the one who should be open most of the time. So,
Exactly.
Anyway. Now let's get back to what you was doing. I'm going to tell you what maybe Friday, and let's see what develops in Ninerville. All right?
That's a bit, fam. Thank you for the platform, as always. Shout out to the faithful. Love y'all. Yeah, thank you. They all knocked out, for that good school in the morning. But peace and love.
All right.
And you know where you at, man. Wipe your feet. And shout out to production. Appreciate you, fam.
Thanks, Ellis. Talk to you later, fam. Have a great night.
All right. You too.
Yeah. And let's go check in on Terror Dome. Terror Dome.
What you say, Ronbo? What you say, Ronbo? What you say, Ronbo?
It's moving closer to the season every week. I love it. Every week moves closer to OTAs. And once we move to the draft, OTAs is just around the corner. Then we're back where we want to be. Because every year we leave the season with a damn. I can't wait till the season starts. We got to wait for how many months? Though, so Think about going
Hey,
deep
man,
into the playoffs.
49ers don't rebuild, we reload.
Mm.
There are no days off.
Bigger shells.
It is a 24/7 business, 365, 366 in a leap year. Even our haters
leap year
and detractors. Hey, marketing pro, glad to see you. Glad you're on a real show tonight. Hey there, Ramelia. Great to see you. Great to know you're in the troll business. Nobody trolls like you Rams fans do. You ain't got nowhere to go and no place to be because your franchise sucks. You need to. You're the flea that is on the scrotum of a bull. So you need to be hanging out with us. Glad to see you.
Jesus.
Johnny, tell him what he wins. That he wins a rice-a-roni. That San Francisco
the San Francisco treat.
A year's supply. and Jeopardy the home version. Thank you guys for playing. Because you're going to be so far in the basement of the NFC West that we're going to have to pipe food down to you guys.
On the
you
rope.
better hope Arizona has a bad year because McVay's going to leave. We might ask him if he's real nice, get his resume together. We might bring him in as a consultant next year. Bring your own therapy. Anyway, Ronbo, let's go on.
God, that's...
we need to address the offensive line. Hey, brother, I'm here for you, Ronbo.
And I appreciate it too, Terry, because, you're full-on entertainment, bro.
Hey,
Oh,
I'm going to love the dean of all YouTubers. I'm going to be respectful of my man. We got to address our O-line. I don't know if we can do it primarily on the draft. I think we're going to have to go out and do it free agency-wise. My heart is on Mr. McGarry out of Atlanta. I would really like him as a right tackle. He's got a little nasty, a little upside with him, and he's good against the pass. And Ronbo, regardless of what anybody will tell you, you get 4 quarterbacks hurt in a year, you got a protection problem. If your house keeps getting robbed, may I suggest you get a gun.
Please.
We need
absolutely. You got to do what you got to do.
On the quarterback position, I might be in the minority here, man, but I just want our young Brock Purdy to get as healed up and as healthy and as blessed and as prosperous as he possibly can. I know we got to look at the swelling and see how it goes, but if it costs a year for him to get, the reconstructive Tommy John, let that be, and it'll open the floor for a trade to get his foot in the door, so to speak. Pardon the pun. I'm sorry if that was a little.
I was going to say pun intended or not.
Didn't mean to go there, but and then we bring in somebody, a veteran, say the Red Rifle, or if Cooper Rush is out there, bring him in. I thought he did pretty decent with the Dallas Cowboys. We don't have anybody, we don't need anybody to break the bank.
But you tell them, you know what?
Solid.
He would be the best. I forgot. Cooper Rush, all he does is what he's told. He's not out there the golden boy type quarterback. He just gets the ball in the playmaker's hands. This is all Kyle wants you to do anyway. You start going off script too much, it bothers him.
That's what I was telling Cowboy fans. When he was on that streak in the middle of the year when Dak was hurt and he was out there just firing, I was saying, hey, man, this Cooper Rush is just he's got command of the huddle. He's accurate. He does what the offense is asking him to do, and he won, I think it was 3 out of 4 games or 4 out of 5 games or something. And
the Eagles finally got him, but that's
we don't ask guys. We don't need you to go out here and be Superman.
Yeah.
Just be Clark Kent and wear a really nice suit, dude. We got it all right here. Don't be crazy. Cooper Rush should be very nice. If we can get him at a reduced rate, a couple $1 million, hey, bring him in, the more the merrier.
Fam, are they getting rid of Cooper Rush? Is Dallas getting rid of Cooper Rush?
I heard that he was a possible free agent. I don't know if that's for sure, but if it is, if Cooper Rush is out there,
I like that idea.
Hey, look at that. Look at that. I wouldn't mind Cooper Rush at all.
No, I'm with you on that. The Cowboys are making a mistake there.
Yeah, they making a
pretty
big
funny.
mistake. And hey, Cowboys never make mistakes, right?
No, of course not.
so, hey man, if they let that out the door, boy, I will be there waiting like nasty Nate over by the tree. Yeah, I'll scoop that right on up. We used to call it parking lot pimping. Hotel, motel, Holiday Inn. If that girl starts acting up, you just take her friend. Amen?
Yes.
As far as draft value, what I'm looking at, because we're sliding all the way down, we got a bunch of picks in the third round due to getting those compensatory picks. I really like defensive tackles, defensive ends, and tight ends, man. They got a kid out of Bowling Green. I want everybody to take a look at Mr. Carl Brooks if you get a chance, and another tight end out of Iowa, Mr. Laporta. Man, I would like to have Mr. Laporta. He's got some good value on him. I think he goes about 12 yards reception, 4'6", 40, 6'4",
a tight end running
250 pounds.
That's nearly George Kittle's speed.
Good. Yes, he looks like he would be right there, man. And given what happened in Philly, we need a decent tight end to complement Mr. Kittle at a low value rate rookie deal. Let's get him under $1 million or so, something like that.
It's okay if you pay him $1 million, but that's enough first year.
Yeah. We ain't trying to, we want them rookie deals. I always want the rookie deals. I heard him talk about Jawan Jennings. Hey, Ronbo, I call Jawan Jennings calculator. You know why?
How come?
Because you can count on him.
Yeah.
You can count on Jawan Jennings. Hey, that is my dude. I heard my man from Tennessee talking about Jawan Jennings. Man, Jawan Jennings, you can count on Jawan Jennings. When it's 3rd and 3 and Bosa might be covered up, but we can't get it to CMC, man, you throw that thing over to Jawan Jennings and watch him work, man. He's a big down dude. He blocks downfield. I like Jawan Jennings. Another thing, man, please, y'all, please do not talk about, and I'll end on this. If you respect the game, do not talk about my man, Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr., 84,214 yards, 617 touchdowns, 10 Super Bowl appearances, 7 Super Bowl championships, 5 Super Bowl MVPs. He led the league last year in completions and attempts. Every now and again, you get to see a Babe Ruth. You get to see a Magic Johnson. You get to see a Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Don't just sit and say he washed like he's some sorry ball player that you saw after a while.
Dome. And you know what? The thing is, he had a lot of trauma in his life last year. I don't know how long it takes to get over that kind of thing, but I think Brady would be better this year. But we got to go, fam.
Ronbo, that's why you so wise, man. Thank you for bringing that up. A lot of people don't know. They haven't lived long enough, but God has a way of showing you some things, and he has shown you, young man. You stay up. Hope to see you and talk to you soon, man.
I can't wait. Wait. I'll be back Friday looking for you.
Before I go out.
Yes, you ready? For the Terror Dome.
All right. Thank you, my brother. Good night.
Good night, Terror Dome. Look, Rudy got so mad. Terror Dome beat him up so bad. Rudy had to get in there real quick. Rudy says, to summarize Niners' big wins in 28 plus years, 0. But Rudy, you're right, because every time we beat you, it was not a big win, was it? It was sort of like routine. You got away one time. No, I got to give you credit for that. One time in 4 years. Congratulations, Rams. I got to give it to you. It was the game that counted, though. But the continuous beatings of the Rams could go on for the next decade and beyond. You guys are in a heap of trouble. Hey, Tony. Hey. Rudy's that dude that Rudy loves to hate. It's Tony.
Ronbo.
Tony. Oh, God. Between Terror Dome and Jalen, boy. They worked the NFC West people to death. Hey,
sir.
Tony, come on in. You're breaking up. Go ahead. Let me see if it comes in smooth.
Can you hear me?
No, I can. Go ahead. Let me hear it some more.
Yes, sir. Got a little bit of combine news, a little bit of news.
All right.
I saw across a wire that the Rams are putting Jalen Ramsey on the trading block, but you and I knew that he wanted out.
Well, yeah. They've been talking about that for a few days now.
Yeah, but check this out, Ronbo. Both of the Rams starting defensive tackles are free agents. Greg Gaines and Ashawn Robinson. Ashawn Robinson wants out, so he ain't returning. Greg Gaines, I don't think Greg Gaines said nothing.
Isn't he a rookie? Hassan? Wait a minute. Hassan is in what year?
Ashawn Robinson is in. He's been there since 2016.
Okay, so he's been around for a while.
Yep.
And also, he told Bobby Wagner, good night. And
yep.
And Jalen, as you said, is on the block. He gets some picks for him.
The other side, cornerback Troy Hill is a free agent. He wants out. And check this out, Ronbo. You're going to laugh at this one. They're starting free safety. Taylor Rapp is a free agent, and you know he wants out.
Oh, God, yes.
He's a
but
free agent.
Taylor could stay now, Tony. And now that Jalen could quit slapping him every few minutes. You know?
No, he'll leave.
So Jalen leaves. Taylor leaves. The offensive tackles are leaving. Bobby Wagner's leaving. And pretty soon we're going to hear Aaron Donald say, I've given a lot of thought. And listen, this is no plug or slap on the Rams. Have been nothing but wonderful to me, but I've decided I probably achieved all I'm going to probably achieve. My family needs me now to be at home a little more, so I'm just going to go ahead and wrap it up. All right. Hey, Aaron, you're not going to give us one more season running back? And then John McVay a few minutes later, listen, I once said if my guys leave, I'm not really interested in starting over again, so I'm going to go ahead and step down now. John, you can't step down now. It's too late. They don't have a coach to start the season with.
Yeah, right. Like I said, they have no money. They have no high picks. Now they got free agents. Troy Hill, the other corner, and Taylor Rapp, and now Robinson. They all are free agents. They're not coming back there.
OBJ. Hey, Rams, OBJ might come back. What? No, he won't.
I haven't heard anything about Rodgers since he's been back from his retreat. I haven't heard anything.
Well, he hasn't said anything. I don't know why he announced coming out of that retreat. But the speculation is he'll end up staying in Green Bay. Tony, here's the thing. Yeah. If the Rams don't have I don't know how I got to look at the Cardinals again. It's a battle for the basement between the Cardinals and the Rams.
At least the Cardinals got a little bit of money.
And some money. See?
Yeah, they're probably going to try to. I heard DeAndre Hopkins.
Oh, there's a problem
Cowboys
there.
might be trying to get him. Yeah.
I forgot about D-Hop.
That's
There's
what I
a
heard.
problem there. JJ left.
Cooper Rush is a free agent, Ronbo. I sent you that link also on your email, on your YouTube email. Not YouTube, your other email. I sent it to you tonight.
Okay. I forgot. I've not checked. I've been knee deep in a lot of things here just last few days. I can't wait to see this. So I'll check all my emails then.
Yes, sir. You'll see the list of players, and it looks like Deron Payne, the Washington
franchise tag.
Yeah, they franchise. But I wouldn't be surprised if Baltimore franchises Lamar Jackson and they trade those two players for each other with picks on both sides.
Oh.
I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I can see that happen.
It sounds possible. Well, I don't. Man, that's. How do you let Lamar Jackson leave?
Because Baltimore can sign Jimmy Garoppolo or Andy Dalton.
Well,
and then you'll have Deron Payne playing right next to Calais Campbell. Lamar Jackson will have three nice receivers in Washington, a new offensive coordinator. So who knows?
What does a wide receiver room look like?
They're pretty good. Samuel, the former Ohio State guy, the number 3 receiver. Washington. I got him right here. You know him.
You know, if
Terry McLaurin.
What's his name?
They got Terry McLaurin, Curtis
right.
Samuel,
Hey, he's not
the
bad.
first-round pick from last year, Johan Dotson from Penn State. That's a good receiver group.
Because this is the 3rd year in a row that they've went through this drama with Lamar. And I don't think has he finished a year in the last 3 seasons? So because Baltimore, and I know people are mad at Baltimore, Baltimore's saying, you know, he hasn't finished a season for us in a while now. If we give him all that money and we don't have a quarterback at the end of the season's in, what do we spend our money on? I feel sorry for Lamar because he is dynamic when he's on the field. I hate playing against him. Every time I knew the 49ers getting ready to play, oh, man. Here we
Ronbo,
go.
His style of play, he does too much. You can't be a quarterback and a running back too in this league.
I know.
It's going to catch.
That's why I give Josh Allen another year of doing what he does. And he's going to be stretched out, too. I don't care how big and strong he is. So, yeah.
I'm hearing they're going to try to get that Texas running back Robinson in Buffalo is. That's what I hear.
They should. That dude is good. I remember watching the game. He looked like he's the only guy that stood out on that team. My God, he could run that football. And I kept asking, who is this dude? One run after another. Nobody ever talks about this guy. Are they going to say because he's playing with the Texans? Because, man. But, you know, I had the same feeling about the Bears running back, Montgomery. Montgomery was unstoppable. And then all of a sudden, Montgomery hit a ball. You know, you cannot be with a so-so team. And
he's a free agent.
Yeah. Remember how good Zeke used to be? And then all of a sudden the Cowboys start turning to an average team. And then Zeke, all his glory seemed to fade.
After they paid him that money. See, the same thing happened to us with Devontae Freeman. Devontae Freeman made the Pro Bowl in 2015.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then in 2016, we went to the Super Bowl. After that Super Bowl season, we paid him all that money. He got hurt. He ain't been the same since. That's why we're not paying running backs anymore.
Devontae led the league that year, as I remember.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's amazing.
So since we're not going to be able to get Payne, you got Hargraves out there. Sheldon Rankins is out there. Still some good defensive tackles. So don't look like we're going to be able to get Payne. Yeah, we got to get one. We definitely have to. Now, you guys are not signing McGlinchey back. Are you guys looking at McGarry or Wynn or one of those tackles?
You know, maybe McGlinchey come back and pay for less money. I don't know what the plan is on that. You can't do without a substantially, at least somewhat talented right tackle. And we've got some people in-house, but the reason they didn't play, McGlinchey was out for a long time last year, and it was nothing but a round robin going on at that right tackle spot. Nobody really actually claiming that spot, right? I don't know what they're going to do with that. But then again, like somebody just mentioned a little while ago, that's why they get paid the big bucks. That was Frank about that right side. They got to do something. And don't be something that we say, that's all you did? Jesus, oh, that's it. He's not getting up. I get tired of saying that, you know?
Yeah. And Ronbo, shame on the people in your chat for saying that stuff about Purdy. That could happen to anybody. Terry Bradshaw's career ended because of an elbow injury. I mean, that stuff happens.
Yeah. Some people
don't be calling the man. I'm not even going to say the word. Don't call them that.
No, people just...
The elbow is swelled. Let it get down so they can do the surgery.
You need to have played ball in some game to understand the pain you sustain in sports, to be able to know that Purdy is not soft. I mean, I'll use the word. He is not.
No, he's not. No, he's not. He's a 4-year starter in college. 4 years. He was the starter his freshman year.
I remember that time.
Come on.
Tony, you ever? I remember that time playing ball. I went to hit, and I know better. I wanted to really level this dude instead of using proper technique to tackle. I brought that arm back and tried to. My arm, the dude was rock solid. my arm got stopped, and suddenly that pain shot through the shoulder. I came off the field holding my shoulder. I never felt no pain like that before, but it's the kind of thing. I missed a week too. I got bounced back because I was 16. Anyway,
I separated my shoulder making a hit combo.
Yeah,
separated my shoulder. I was the hit her, not the hit E.
Yeah, that's why there's nothing worse. There's nothing more fun than drilling a dude. But you got to do it with technique. That's why coaches always taught technique, because you can hurt yourself out there being stupid. And I was being stupid.
Yes, sir.
And I paid, right? So yeah, pain is real. Football is not a game for wimps. You can't be. There's a few soft guys in football like Dante Pettis and guys like that, but for the most part, if you play football and been out there for a long time, it's hard to be considered soft.
And one of the guys in your chat said Lamar Jackson has missed 9 of his last 21 games.
Lamar, that's why, Tony, I think that's why the Ravens don't want to pay.
They're going to franchise him and trade him. I can see it.
I know, because they're scared he's going to get hurt again. That's the way he plays, though.
That's when you're paying him that type of money.
But when he's out there, you're going to win, most likely. That's the thing about Lamar. My God, he's...
The reason why I pay Washington too, Ronbo, look at their owner, Daniel Snyder. Daniel Snyder will give up 2 first-rounders to get them and pay them. They got weapons. Yeah. Offensive line's decent. He'll do that. He'll do that. And to watch the Commanders, they had drafted a defensive tackle last year, Philandering Mathis, in the 2nd round out of Alabama. Second rounder. So he can play next to Jonathan Allen, and they trade Payne because you can't pay them both. They paid Jonathan Allen. You can't pay them both. And then they drafted another Alabama kid last year in the 2nd round.
That's what you do. If all the products you get at Alabama, you get them. I thought Jonathan was not going to last. I wanted him in that draft that year, but they said he had some kind of back issue. There was like Javon Kimmel.
I thought Jonathan Allen would be a good defensive end, but they kept him at tackle.
Yeah.
I liked him too, coming out of the draft.
But because he had an injury.
They're not going to pay Payne, Ronbo. I can't see it. They're going to franchise him for this 1 year and trade him. But you're going to pay Payne and Allen?
How you going to do? You're going to run out of money. That's what you're going to do.
Coming up too? I don't see it.
Tony, what do you think the league would be like if the salary cap, and I know they wanted to do it because they wanted league parity. We got a hard cap in the NFL versus a soft cap like the NBA. So you're not apt to abuse that cap in the NFL. As that dollar for dollar tax is frightening. Can you imagine that? So, because this thing every year with we can't pay this, we can't be that. I understand the franchises with the most money are going to dominate the league every year, but
check out Jacksonville. Jacksonville did good last year, right? Signing all those free agents. I found out today, Foye Oluokun, who was our inside linebacker in 2021, that led the league in tackles. He led the league in tackles this year for Jacksonville. They restructured his contract the other day. I'm like, man, after 1 year already?
That's how it is. Now I got to give him extra years, and he may turn it to something else I don't like later. You look at Kyler Murray. See, that's why people don't like to restructure. And Kyler Murray is probably not going to be in there this season. If he does play, he'll play toward the end of the season, right? So that's a waste of money. Anyway. Just gave him a huge raise, and what did he do? He got hurt right away.
So what are you guys going to do at the quarterback position if because the more they linger on this surgery, you guys got to get another quarterback. Purdy's got to go through the surgery, go through the rehab. That's going to take time.
And you know what? We need 2 quarterbacks if that happens, right? Because he keeps 3 quarterbacks. So now we're back to, because as 49er fans, we can sit back and say, no, we're all right. No, we're not. You need to have at least a capable man in there playing quarterback. You don't have to be Aaron Rodgers or anything, but he does need to be capable and get the job done, So now we got to go find 2 more guys
What do you think about Andy Dalton?
He's probably on the list of guys you're going to get. I wouldn't doubt it. You know, I think Marcus might be. I keep forgetting about Matt Ryan. I don't think him and Kyle can get along though.
Right. And Cooper Rush is out there.
See,
I think the Saints are going to release Jameis Winston. I would like that.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah, got a strong arm. The ain't for salary cap hell, Ronbo. Theirs is worse than the Rams, worse than anybody, and I'm not upset about it. I think it's fun.
That is bad.
Well, that is bad.
Man, see, that's why when people say, some guy came in one of my saying I was making fun of the Rams. You know what? If we could just do whatever we could do to get a Super Bowl, I wouldn't mind going into purgatory for 5-6 years. I said, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
You would. After that second or third year of being in the darkness, you would. It's no fun. Now you have every year.
And Rams after 1 year.
Yeah, you know. Now every year football season is no fun for you. How many years do you think you can put up with that? We already went through that when Harbaugh left. I don't want to go through that again anytime soon. That just was awful. Oh.
Yep, and we went through Julio and Matt Ryan in 2020 and 21. You know. So we're just now being able to get some money in 2023. And
draft picks maturing and things like that, you know. Because you guys got a nucleus of offensive players. Let's see what your quarterback looks like. But, man, you guys got some players over there. They just need time to mature.
We need a number 2 receiver, though. I want us to trade for Denzel Mims of the Jets because they got he's caught in a
he's
their number draft pick. But a few years ago, he's caught in a numbers game. He can't get no playing time because of the kid that won Offensive Rookie of the Year, Moore.
And they got one more, too.
You know, and Corey Davis, who they got in free agency. So
veteran
get him. I hope they cut him. We can get him for nothing.
Corey Davis was one of my draft picks when he first came out of the draft. I wanted him so bad. This guy, he can make a difference. He's never reached the full potential I thought he would, but he's good. So Mims is another guy I wanted in the draft.
Yeah. And Ronbo, please, I'm not saying nothing against the guy. He's a good guy. He's a great person. But Marcus Mariota quit on us when he found out he wasn't starting no more. Said he was hurt. He quit.
Well, you know,
so you might not want to
get an understanding before he comes over. Then listen, Marcus, you're going to start behind trade. Now, if you have no problem with that, we'll sign you up right now. But if you got any other aspirations, you might want to look elsewhere. Just let them know. You don't have to go through that with those guys. Marcus quit.
Sure.
Because he should have known that he was in there warming up the quarterback that just got drafted.
Yeah, when he hit that Carolina game, the second one, I wanted Desmond Ridder to start then, but they kept Marcus Mariota in, and then after the Pittsburgh game, they said, "Look, this is enough." They went with Ridder, and then he said he was hurt, and then he didn't report back to the facility, none of that, which is unprofessional, and I was surprised.
And
he is a good man, good dude.
Yeah, I like him a lot. I always did. Hey, is Trubisky? Did the Steelers let him go?
I don't know. I haven't heard anything about Trubisky. I don't know what his status is.
I don't know, was that Big Show that mentioned Trubisky? Somebody did. Anyway.
I know Jacoby Brissett is a free agent. He's a free agent.
Brissett's always available. You know, that's what's so funny. Every year he's available. He got mistreated. Anyway, Tony, always fun talking to you. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'll be back Friday, and let's see what develops, because the news is going to pick up now that we're at this stage in the season.
Yes, sir. They're weighing the kids and everything. You have press conferences with the GMs today. Thursday starts the drills with the players. I don't know which group. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
I know, right?
The drills at the combine. So
it'll be fun. And somebody's going to go out there and do something crazy. And everybody say, "Ooh, did you see? Dude, barely. It was just above 4.2." I said, "Look, man, y'all, all that speed, he got to be able to play football, though." That's the only thing. God.
Yep. Because we had Kendall Sheffield in the 2020 combine, the cornerback from Ohio State. He ran a 4.29 or 4.3. Ronbo, he couldn't play football. We drafted him in the 4th round.
See.
He kept getting beat.
Yeah.
Not out of football.
No, that's straight line speed versus skills is another story. All right, Tony. Have a great night. Looking forward to Friday.
All right, take care, sir.
You too. Thanks, Tony. Night. Yes, but you know what? I was right. Henry Ruggs was fast, and he is good, but he's a damn fool. I mean, but I still think the 49ers probably could have saved his life if they'd have drafted him. You get Henry Ruggs in the Bay Area. It's not like living in Vegas. For some reason, I don't know what possessed Henry Ruggs to think he could drive right down the middle of the strip or near that strip at that speed. What the hell was he thinking? But I got a feeling he's in San Francisco. That kind of, I just don't see him doing it. He may be driving fast, but not down through a huge traffic area. Man. Anyway. He's in jail now, isn't he? That's such a waste. Such a waste. Anyway, fam, I'm going to look for you on Friday. Let's see what happens between now and then. Combine coming up. We'll get together and talk some more. 49er football! Is Rudy still here? I love when the Rams come in and tear a dome and Jalen just tear them up. Are there any Hawks here today? I see you Friday, fam.